Happy Juneteenth, first and foremost. Hi. So yeah, y'all are probably gonna see a lot more of me because daddioli just got a 9 to 5. Like he's leaving the house actually instead of just laying in bed working from his computer. So I cannot be left alone with my thoughts for even a moment, or else they get a little too. Anyway, let's watch Takedown, the free stuff that's on YouTube, because I refuse to give Chris Hansen my money. Fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. I'm just too broke right now, so. I love you, Daddy. Anyways, first of all, apologies if you hear my fan. Oh, no, I'm totally fine being alone. I'm fine. I'm more so exaggerating, because, I mean, I have a lot more free time in my hands that I'm not just doting over my husband. But welcome, darling. Welcome, Carrot Gaming. But we're just looking through like 3 episodes of Takedown, the 3 ones that we haven't seen from the YouTube channel. It's on True Blue Streaming on that channel if you want to watch them without my commentary. But we're going Miguel's Twisted Mind. Miguel. There's a lot of like Hispanic ones I've noticed. They've been catching a lot of Hispanics. Let me turn my music off. Miguel? Hello? Ice?
Coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen.
Stop trying to get me deported.
He ain't stopping no store. He's just coming.
In Blount County, Alabama, this man.
Holy fucking shit. Hold on. Was that Chris Pratt?
Money. He ain't stopping no store. He just.
Does that not? Okay, no, it doesn't. It doesn't kind of look like. It kind of looked like Chris Pratt for a second there.
Coming.
In Blount County, Alabama, this man strolling into our sting house.
You live by yourself here?
Won't like what happens when he tries to leave the sting house.
Please have a seat right over there. Oh man. No, don't do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, dollars. Wish.com, Alibaba. Oh my gosh, hi baby. Hi, hey Cozy, hi. I love you, honey. Yeah, I know, Chris, and I will give you my money when I can. I hope you're enjoying
this streaming channel right now, uncensored.
I will give you
True Blue.
I will give you my money when I can. Actually, I love the jump ahead feature. Thank you, YouTube. I will give you my money when I can. Okay, bitch? Shut up. I got your money, you just gotta wait. No kings, only Hansen. Glad to see the new Takedown stuff. The old episodes are a bit boring after a while. Well, yeah, we've been watching them for what, 20 years at this point? It'll be 20 years for Lorne's. What, next year? Because it was in 2006, I think. Crazy, isn't it? Absolutely insane. Yeah, no, I'm really glad that Chris has his like own entire platform, so he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. Because listen, while yeah, there's a little bit of good that's being done, this is strictly like performative. You know, Chris wants to put on a show. Ultimately, that's what's going on, and that's what we're here for, right? Do we call out predators? Absolutely. We ridicule them at the same time. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that that's what it is, right? So like him having this platform, he's like a co-owner of it, I believe, if not the owner. Like he can just do whatever the fuck he wants. And I am so fucking here for it. He's getting away with so much shit, and he wouldn't have been able to do that under a fucking NBC, bitch. I like it when he catches those Mexican dudes because he will say he wants to practice his Spanish and end up using a translator anyways. Yes, it's so funny. Chris is so, like, he's microaggression central. I absolutely adore that. It's my favorite thing about him. That's what I likes about him.
In Blount County, Alabama, the Sheriff's Office and I have teamed up again to identify and apprehend potential child predators, and it's a collaboration that is proving successful.
And he does try to give me, no, just I'll be right back. Hang on.
An undercover detective is posing as a 15-year-old girl online. He's been communicating with a man offering to pay her for sex. I get the details, so I'm ready when the alleged predator arrives.
He has such
What
nice
do we
hair.
know about this particular fellow?
So he basically just said, "Hey, you down for him calling?" I said, "Yeah,
Yeah,
sure."
like
He
I was
said, "I can
saying
come over
earlier, dude,
now."
like
I'm like,
fucking
"Look, I don't have my
Chris having this platform is the best thing to ever happen to TCAP.
license yet, so that'd be best." He's like, "Send me the address." I'm like, "Hey, just be gentle." He said, "I will." I said, "I'm very new to this." He said, "Don't worry, it'll be fine, I promise." I was like, "Okay, I'm 15 if you're cool." He says, "Can you verify?" I'm like, "Verify, question mark?" He said, "Verify you're not law enforcement." I said, "Oh yeah, what do you want me to do?" He's like, "Can you FaceTime?" I was like, "I can't FaceTime, this is an Android." And he's like, "Send me a picture with your pinky across your finger." So I send him a picture, one of the decoys with a pinky across her face. I'm sorry. He says, "Okay, I'm down to see you." I said,
So he asked for a recent picture
he asked for a
of
picture.
the girl
Yes,
with her pinky across her face.
with her pinky across her face. So I sent him the picture
You
of the
show me
girl
a
with the
pic at the
pinky across her
border wall.
face. He says, "Okay, I'm
Fuck,
down."
there are pictures of me. There are pictures of baby Vast at the mouth of the Rio Grande. I hope you know this. I will never be able to get those pictures because I have cut off any and all family. So I'll never be able to get my baby pictures back. But know that I swam at the mouth of the river at one point. Probably got in trouble for it, but I was very, very little. I was a child.
To come see you. I said, "Well, how old are you?" He said, "I'm 19.
been there,
I
bitch. I
said, "Cool,
was at
but
the
I haven't been with
motherland.
anyone your age before." He said, "That's
Where they
fine.
make
Send me your
Mexicans.
address." I said, "What are you looking for?" He said, "To see you." I said, "Well, how much money?" He said, "How much will you take?" And I said, "Depends on what you want me to do to you, or what you want to do with me." He said, "Do it raw with you." I said, "How long?"
Do it raw.
No
he said.
Ruber.
"Do it raw." So I said, "How long?" He says, 1 hour. I said, 75, okay?
An hour? An hour. Sir?
He said, "Yes." I said, "When you coming?" He said, "Right now." He said, "Send me the Addy."
That
I
was
said,
fast.
"Raw, like without a condom?" He said, "Yes."
No Ruber, yeah.
I said, "Okay, so just sex for 75, nothing freaky." He said, "Yes." I said, "Where are you coming from?" He said, "Birmingham." I said, "How long will it take you to get to Cleveland?" He said, "An hour." And I sent the address out.
Okay. So as far as we know, we've got this man coming.
Yes.
He says he's 19,
Says he's 19.
but we haven't verified that age
Bruh.
yet.
We haven't verified that
Dude.
age yet.
Already
he knows
at
that he's
19,
coming.
like you just got a driver's license 2 years ago. You were just now able to vote. And you're doing this shit. Raise a hands, how many of y'all were even talking to anybody? Like under the age of like 18 at that point. Like I don't remember that happening. Like
To see a teenage girl,
Yes.
someone who's underage,
Yes.
and he's concerned about this being illegal because he asked if she was law enforcement.
Yes, ask if she was law enforcement or
You sound
affiliated.
like you are.
And, or to verify that we was not law enforcement, which we did with a picture. He wanted FaceTime. I'm like, phone doesn't do FaceTime. Send me a picture with your pinky across your face. We do that. He's happy.
So he's on his way.
He's on his way.
And he has made it clear that he wants sex with this girl,
Yes.
and he's going to pay it.
He's going to pay $75.
Bro, I don't even risk $5 at the fucking slot machine. You think how the fuck you gonna risk your entire life? Your entire life. All of it. The whole thing.
To do it wrong.
To do it raw.
No Ruber.
The man said he was 19 years old, but the detectives have run a background check, and not surprisingly, he's older.
And does he come back as 19?
Oh shit.
Comes
He's
back
not
to
even
26.
26.
I'm 27, brother, I think. I'm either 27 or 20. I'm one of those. I'm almost 30, brother. He's almost 30. Bitch, imagine. I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about, like, oh my god, the shit my parents were up to at my age is so fucking embarrassing. They were running around, like, cheating on each other and telling everybody in town and, like, just acting a fucking fool at the ripe old age of, like, 25. Like, with a kid! With 2 kids! 2 kids! Because at that point my sister was born! 2 kids, bitch! Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my god, I can't. I cannot.
Miguel might have been lying to you. Saying he was 19, which is why we invite the 19-year-olds over, because oftentimes they're not 19. The detective then texted Miguel to bring the 15-year-old girl a soda and to make sure he had the money.
He ain't stopping to get no money, and he ain't stopping no store. Right. He's just coming. Yeah.
But then Miguel texted back.
He just texted back. I was able to get the money, by the way.
The Blount County Sheriff's Office, the decoy posing as the underage girl.
Oh my gosh, is that a wig? Because her hair is so long. Did y'all see that?
The Blount County Sheriff's Office, the decoy.
Oh my god, girl. I wish my hair was that long.
Posing as the underage girl and I all get into position. Even our four-legged deputy is ready to meet Miguel.
Oh my gosh! Take your screenshots, doggy. Oh my gosh, he looks like my boy Garmer. I hope you didn't hear me because he's sleeping in the living room. You heard his paw. Poor baby.
The decoy is told that a car is approaching. Our hidden cameras outside catch Miguel's black
Holy
sedan.
fucking shit, chat's been going off and I deadass have not even... I'm sorry. Hold on. The usual Herbert the pervert type. They lack the humor that Lauren's got. Yeah. We'll never get another fucking Lauren in TCAP history, I don't believe. And if we do, I hope I live to see it. He wants to eat her empanada. I bet she looks 37. Vass grew up in a telenovela. I did. Vass la del barrio. Blount County sounds like a cool place. It sounds like it's full of pretos, bro.
And pulling up to the house. The decoy goes outside to meet him.
Hey. How are you?
I watch the monitors for Miguel's movements and to listen in on his exchange with the decoy.
You want anything to drink?
I'm good. I'm just making sure it's safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab my vape really quick.
You move by yourself?
No, not yet.
Miguel is about to find out that the girl is definitely...
Do you see this man cheesing? He is kicking his feet like a
Miguel
schoolgirl.
is about...
Look at this man. He is so ready. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Chris.
to find out that the girl is definitely not alone.
Hey, please have a seat right over there. Oh, man. No, don't do that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Chris 100% has a chubby. I have a chubby. I have a chubby.
No.
Suelo.
I knew it.
Wasn't Miguel the name of someone in Lorne's sagas? I think so. The name Miguel sounds really familiar in Lornography. It reminds me of the time that, like, she said bed rail and fucking Lorne thought she said Miguel was one of Winnie's friends. Okay, yeah. It was Miguel and Victor. Of course, Victor. We know Victor. Wasn't a law firm in Lornography called Chuck Harding Law Firm? Probably.
No, please, no, let me go, please. No, let me go, please. I got too much to lose. Come on.
Then why did you come here? Oh, did you hear those? He squeals like a fucking pig.
No, please, no, let me go, please. No, let me go, please. I got too much to lose. Come on, let me go. No. I knew it. No, please, no, let me go, please. No, let me go, please. I got too much to lose. Come on. Please. No, I got too much to lose. Please, come on. Let me go.
Roll over on the side.
No, please, come on.
Stand up. Put the knees on. Have a seat.
Come on. No, I got too much to lose, man. Come on.
Have a seat right there.
Miguel, just explain.
Siéntese, culero, siéntese. Si tiene tanto que perder, ¿por qué chingados vino, ah? ¿Ah? ¿Por qué está aquí? ¿Por qué anda aquí con sus fucking botitas and your shit-ass fucking goatee? Huh? Nah, bitch. If you had too much to lose, you wouldn't fucking be here. Okay? Stop it. Miss me with that fucking nonsense. I can justify stealing. I can justify murder even. If you give me a good enough reason to kill somebody, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, bitch deserved it. Fuck it. And maybe that makes me a bad person, but no. This is different. Getting a hooker, a grown adult woman, of course you're participating in trafficking. It's wrong. Don't do it. And if you do it, you're a horrible fucking person. But I could even justify that over this. Like, this guy was already gonna get got for soliciting a prostitute. But he decided that when he found out that she was 14, he was going to take it even further. There's so many of them. They show multiple times in this show. You can go back in my streams and see. They show, oh, hey, look, this guy, I said I was 14, and this guy's like, nope, and blocked me. Because that's what you're supposed to do. That guy would have gotten for prostitution. But he did not want to get got for soliciting a minor. Dude, I can understand, and maybe, if you told me, I could say, okay, yeah, maybe, I guess I could see how somebody could come to that conclusion. For getting a prostitute. You shouldn't do that. Just jerk off. Honestly, it's the same fucking thing. Just jerk off. You know, but this is way too fucking far. I understand being a fucking deviant, but this is far, far from that, okay? If you had too much to lose, you would have just jerked it. You would have gone on to fucking Hentai Haven or whatever the fuck and looked up some lowly shit. Instead of doing this, if you had that much to fucking lose, you would have just rather risk somebody finding your fucking search history. Like, really, honestly. Think about it, dude. Think about it. And I think, like, the Hispanic ones hit me so hard. Like, so much more impactful. Because the way that this man sounds is the way that, like, all of my cousins sounded when you had them pinned in, like, a lock. You know what I mean? When you play wrestling with your cousins and, like, you pin them down. They're like, ah, yes, with them. You know what I mean? That's what that is. Right? That's that same little tick that hits in the back of my mind. Oh, my dog just barked. Oh, wait, I'm not alone in the house. Anyway, it hits that, like, PTS. You know what? I'm gonna leave this playing. I'm gonna see what she's barking at.
What's going on? Just tell me your story. Tell me what happened. Tell me how you got here, and we'll talk about it.
Okay. Oh.
Miguel is going to need a second to catch his breath after that takedown. But that's what happens when you try to run from me and the Blount County Sheriff's Office.
I just saw the ad on the internet.
Yeah. And what made you interested in the ad?
I'm fucked up in the head.
Fucked up in the head.
Okay.
And when you say fucked up in the head, what do you mean?
I'm not thinking straight.
Not thinking straight. All right, Miguel, how old are you?
26.
26. But you said in the chat
We've
that you were
seen this
19.
one. We've actually seen this one.
Why did you do that?
He's just so
Please let me go, please.
Okay, we got to talk first.
Please
we can
let me
talk about that
go.
after we have a discussion.
Get on your knees and say, "Sir, please," and then maybe we'll consider it. Too much to lose and why? Oh wait, he could have gone with the novel English method. You know damn well that shit don't work on our daddy Chris Hansen. He's too smart for that. Too much to lose and why did he communicate like he did with a minor in the first place? There we go. Shit, mama, she's speaking Spanish again. Lock the door. Shut up, bitch. Stop being racist. Hello, Sanford Ice. I can't read. I'm belatedly getting the gist to the scenario. Wait, when I was speaking Spanish. The reason why those Freds refuse porn and hentai is due to them wanting. Yeah, no, of course, it's 100% them wanting the power. I know, I get it. I understand that, but like, listen, like, if you didn't want to ruin your life, then you wouldn't be here. Sorry.
Okay. So first of all, you need to be honest with me and tell me
coming from someone who's
exactly
actually
how
wanted
this
to
went
ruin
down.
their life.
Okay.
I saw the ad while I was at work.
Where do you work?
Please,
The
man.
fucking capybara poster.
Oh, you get just be honest with me.
Please, come on. I got too much to lose, man. I got a mother that has liver cancer.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Come on.
Oh yeah,
I'm
this
sorry
is the
about
liver
that.
cancer guy.
And you're chatting. How did you end up on this site?
I've used it before.
You've used it before, so you've met women online for sex.
Yes.
Have any of them been underage?
No.
Why did you today decide to meet someone who is underage?
Because I'm stupid.
You're stupid. Now, you
No, you're selfish.
said you were 19, and then you
God,
asked
this guy kind of looks like my dad.
her to send a picture of herself with her pinky across her face. Why did you do that, Miguel?
Just to verify.
Like, this is my dad when I was born. Dead ass. Like, with less wrinkles and a smaller forehead. But, like, this is my dad. He looks they have the same hair, the same, like, weird patchy goatee going on, the green work shirt, ugh, this really looks like my dad, y'all. Maybe that's why I like that fucking takedown so much.
There's no police here. But
Just to
there is.
verify there are no police here. And why were you so worried about the police being here?
Because it's illegal.
Because it's illegal. So you
It's
knew
illegal.
that coming here for sex with a 15-year-old girl was illegal, clearly.
Yes.
Yeah.
See?
Why today did you
Good job.
decide to do this, knowing it was illegal?
Like I said, I'm fucked up in the head.
But explain to me
that's a
what
good
that
reason.
means. Fucked up in the head isn't enough of an explanation.
Just not thinking straight. I'm stressed out with life. I don't know.
So this, at least in my eyes, and again, I'm always gonna iterate this in the beginning of whenever I say things. This is probably 100% projection and me just speaking on my own personal experiences and my own personal things that I had to work through. My own personal piles of shit that I had to deconstruct to see what the fuck was holding them up for so long. So, don't think that this is me knowing everything about this person in any way. I don't think that, and I am not trying to say that. But this has so many layers to it. There's, like, for example, for myself, I had to, like, undo and untwist a lot of wires. One of those was removing disgust from arousal. Because of the things that happened to me as a child, the wires for disgust and arousal were twisted together in my brain. And I couldn't understand why these, like, things that I could never engage with, that I could never see myself doing, would make me feel aroused. It wasn't arousal, it was disgust. And a lot of these people, I feel, have those wires crossed, and instead of looking at that and asking, why is this making me hard? I need to unpack that. They just chase the feeling of jerking off to that shit, right? Like, they're chasing the arousal instead of addressing the disgust. Because, and at least for me, that's how I had to do it. I had to address the disgust, and the disgust was so overbearing that I couldn't chase the arousal. If that, like, I don't want to sound like I'm some kind of, well, I am a very fucked up in the head individual. I'm laughing at Chris repeating the phrase "fucked up in the head." You know, I have the tragic backstory to back up the fucked upness, but, like, I'm open about it because, like, you know, it is something to be maybe not ashamed of, but, like, weary about. But, like, I want to humanize myself and these people as much as possible because, yes, they're monsters, but they're also people. So, like, I try to put myself in their shoes, you know, and to see what could have gone wrong in my life. What could I have done differently to end up like this? If I would have never crossed those wires, I can't tell you, like, I've never had that desire, and I don't think I ever will because of what happened to me. So, like, I can't tell you for sure, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have chased the arousal instead of addressing the disgust, if I would have ignored my disgust and just kept going for the nut, like, what would have happened? Because I feel like that's how we ended up here. I feel like that's how this guy ended up here. He chased the arousal, ignored the disgust, and was like, nah, man, I'm just freaky like that. Like, no. Getting choked, getting spanked, calling someone daddy is freaky shit. This is so much farther than that. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I ramble.
What to do.
You're stressed out with life. What is so stressful in your life, Miguel?
I'm broke.
Broke?
Me too, bitch.
But you got money to come here.
Uh-huh. You had enough money to spend on a prostitute? I don't know. I don't know anything about prostitution, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't charge less than $100 for an hour of my fucking time. Okay? The fuck? Like, that's $100. What you were charging was $75, I think is what they said at the beginning of that. $75 for an hour. That's $75 that you could have spent on alcohol. That's $75 that you could have, I don't know, fucking gone on Tinder and taken some bitch out to a date and hooked up with her. Like, you could have $75 for food, for gas, for a new shirt, for a new pair of boots, another case for your phone. I could keep going, dude. Like, jerk off. Just jerk off. Like, that's it. It's gonna feel exactly the same way. It feels exactly the same.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of money.
How much money did you bring with you for this girl?
$80.
$80. And what did you
$80?
want for that $80?
Just casual sex.
Casual sex. That's
Bitch, if I had $80 right now, the fuck? Anybody, if I gave you $80, you could list 10 things that you would be willing and able to spend your fucking money on that's not this shit. The fuck? If you were really that broke, you'd be spending that shit on groceries. You'd be saving it, putting it in the fucking bank. Just in case my car breaks down. Just in case, oh shit, I don't know, I fucking lost my phone and you can get a fucking $25 replacement. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could have spent it on a Switch 2 game. Yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. You could have gotten a new game. Whatever console you have, you could have gotten a new game. The fuck? You can't tell me this man ain't play FIFA.
not at all what you said, Miguel. And I have seen the chats and have the transcripts. You talk about bareback. You talk about
Bareback.
doing it raw.
No Ruber.
You didn't think it was wise to bring a condom?
Yeah, it's wise.
Did you bring a condom?
No.
So you were just
You
going
ain't
to come
even
over
gonna
here
give
and
it a
have
courtesy.
unprotected sex with a 15-year-old girl
Yes.
and give her 75, 80 bucks and call it a day. Did you at any time, Miguel, think that that could be damaging to a child of this
No.
age?
Nope.
Yeah.
No. And if you did, it was because you thought it was hot. That's it. And if you did, it's because you thought it was hot.
Nice.
But you did it anyway. Which leads me to wonder if you've done this before with someone who's underage.
No, I've never done this with no one underage.
Why today, all of a sudden?
¿Cómo se dice? A la prima se le arrima? I think that's como se dice.
Do you decide, okay, it's a good idea to drive how long? How long?
An hour.
An hour. To have
I give you $80 in an hour. I give you $80 and a car for an hour. I'm going to dinner. I'm going to Petco and picking out some toys for the boys. And for the bird, I'm going and getting some groceries. The fuck? $80 and an hour of your time. Not just an hour, too, but if you got done with it, an hour back. To now like fucking simmer in the post-nut clarity.
sex with a teenage girl. Why today, Miguel?
Like I said, I just wasn't thinking straight. I really just wasn't.
That's not a great excuse. Nor is it a legal defense for doing what you did. Did you go to college, Miguel?
No.
Did you go to high school?
Yes.
So did you grow up in Birmingham?
Yes.
Nice town.
Hello, I struck Thrilla. I do not know what the Fing Chap is, no.
You said you wanted to be here with her for 1 hour. Do it raw. You were concerned that law enforcement might be here. And in fact, that's what happened. Miguel, what do you think should happen to you?
It's over.
What's over?
My life.
hung up and beaten like a piñata.
And who do you blame for that, Miguel?
Myself.
Yourself.
But you still haven't really given me a good reason besides being effed up in the head
Ah, come on.
for
you
why
can give us,
you made
you
the
can give us another fuck, Chris. Come on.
decision to come over here today. I mean, help me to understand it.
I'm just sexually frustrated.
Sexually frustrated. And there's no girls who are 26?
There are.
And
There are, but all of them are smart enough to know to stay the fuck away from that guy.
why can't you associate with those girls?
Because
'Cause they
I
won't
just
fuck him?
haven't.
Go on.
Because their brain is fully
Just
developed.
go to work, go home, do nothing else.
Go to work, go home, and do nothing else.
Miguel should be
Except
sent to an
today,
island.
you drove an hour to meet a 15-year-old girl for sex, right?
Yes.
And what went through your mind when you saw that girl at the door?
I thought it was safe.
Safe. Were you excited?
Not really.
She's pretty?
She is pretty, but
You thought you were going to get lucky with her, didn't you?
yeah.
Get lucky.
did.
But instead, you met me.
We're up all
Miguel,
night for Chris
I'm Chris
Hansen.
Hansen. And I do stories on men who try to meet children for sex. And now you are in one of those stories.
Welcome to the list of predators,
What do you think
bitch.
should happen to you?
Welcome to the rice fields, motherfuckers.
Probably, I don't know, jail, deported.
Jail and deported. Are you a U.S. citizen?
No, but I have.
Now, know that this is not who we're fighting for, okay? You can take that. You can take this one. You can send his ass back, actually. And I'm pretty sure the other side won't want him either. Toss him somewhere.
work authorization, be here to work.
Work here. And how many years have you been in the U.S.?
24.
24 years. So you're not new to this country.
No,
And you're not a citizen.
technically not.
Technically not. But you have a green card to work here.
Yes, sir.
Where's your family
Damn,
from?
that's right. This guy isn't even here. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. And I'm pretty sure he gets away with it in el otro lado. He fucking does. 100% he gets away with it in el otro lado. Because I'm sure that there's so much that we don't see. You know, as much as I, like, especially lately, I've been missing, like, the beaches and stuff from Tamaulipas, where I lived most of my childhood. And, like, I think about it, and I have this, like, almost, like, tainted view of, I don't want to say the motherland, but, like, of that place. And, like, it's so warped because now that I'm a grown-up, now that I'm an adult, it was such a bad place to grow up in, dude. The things that I experienced and the things that I saw were just the tip of the iceberg, and that was just in the controlled environment that I was in. And I use the word controlled very loosely. So, like, if the things that were happening around me and to me were happening, then definitely this guy was getting away with it in Mexico. Definitely this guy's getting away with it over there.
Mexico.
Mexico. What's your family going to say about this?
Nada, no van a decir absolutamente nada, no van a decir ni la más remota cosa, lo van a dejar, ay, mi hijo, pobrecito mi hijo, le pusieron trampa a mi hijo, la policía es tan mala. That's exactly what they all fucking say, every single time, without a fucking miss of a goddamn beat, okay? Miss me with that shit.
They're disappointed in their son,
No.
honestly. I just can't believe this is happening. They're gonna lose their only son they have.
Are you an only child?
No.
You have siblings?
Yes, sir.
Sisters?
I guess you're not the favorite anymore, bitch.
4.
Four.
I mean 3.
3 sisters.
Tres hermanas, and you're the only brother? You're the only brother, dude. Oh, dude, literally, my mother spent my entire life telling me how she cried when my sister came out with a coochie. Because they told her entire pregnancy that she was gonna have a boy, and when she popped out of my mom, she did not have a penis, and my mom cried. She has spent my entire life telling me that she is so disappointed that I wasn't a pretty little white boy. My entire fucking life, okay? And I'm so sorry, but I don't know anybody else in my family, at least in my family, maternal side, strictly, that did not want the same thing, okay? Mexican mothers will throw themselves into fire pits for their boys. It is absolutely insane. Like, listen, that was really racist. That was really racist. But, like, it's my experience. That's what my experience is. My experience has been extremely racist and stereotypical. Okay? I've never met a Mexican mother who didn't dote on her oldest son. Her only son? I hope your mother is a smart woman and cuts you the fuck off and focuses on her daughters.
And you have children of your own?
No.
How would you feel, Miguel, if somebody came over to a house where one of your sisters was home alone?
He'd join in. I'm willing to bet my fucking American citizenship. I'm willing to bet my American citizenship on the fact that this motherfucker would either record, watch, and jerk it, or join in.
To have sex with them if they were underage. How would you feel about that guy?
I'll probably kill him.
You'd probably kill him.
No, you wouldn't.
But
or you would because you're jealous of the fact that he's the one doing it and not you.
You are, Miguel.
Mm-hmm.
In that situation. And I still don't have a very good explanation other than you saying that you're sexually frustrated and effed up in the head. Can't you tell me something that might get somebody else's attention so they don't make the same mistake you made here today?
I love that he adds that.
I mean, help me out.
Honey,
help me to help other guys not sit in that same chair.
Just make sure you're doing the right thing.
Make sure you're doing the right thing.
Uh-huh.
Don't be on the internet. Get off of it. It's dangerous.
Listen, bitch, it's not the fucking internet's fault that you as a grown-ass man with a fully developed brain, decided to not work on yourself and ask yourself why the fuck you're doing this shit. Okay? You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. You are responsible for the things that you do. Does it suck to take responsibility for them? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It sucks. It's really shitty to look at yourself in the mirror and know that at some point in the past, in the present, and most definitely in the future, you are the villain. It sucks. It fucking sucks. It ruins your fucking self-esteem. But guess what, bitch? That's what you have to do when you make mistakes. That's what you have to do when you fuck up. A grown-ass man. A grown-ass man. Fully developed brain, able to vote, able to drink, able to drive, able to get married, able to have bank accounts. Should have a career by now. In the eyes of, society. Pero aquí estás. Aquí estás metido en el lodo. Ahí con los puercos. Con los cochinos, ahí estás metido en el lodo. Bitch. He really does look like my dad.
It's dangerous because of people like you. That's why it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They have the same fucking haircut, dude. I need to skip this episode. They have the same haircut. Oh my god. Yeah, no, we need to move on. Vast has CPTSD. We're not doing this one anymore. We're skipping through all the bullshit.
Code YouTube25 to watch all of the episodes for $2.50.
Oh shit, for real, Chris? I might actually take you up on that offer. Thank you for letting me know. This one is 2 for 1. I don't know if we've seen this one.
Or for an annual subscription, use YouTube Year for $20 off. Also, this is very important. Hit the subscribe button.
Oh.
And we'll see.
Yeah, we got you, Chris. Actually, that's actually a good deal. That's actually a really good deal. And I might actually consider that here in the next couple weeks.
His team to identify and arrest
$2.50. There's like 12 seasons of this shit. By the way, might I add? There's a lot of this. So like, $2.50? You know what?
After a quick briefing with the task force, It's off to the sting house, where the undercover chatters and decoys are already getting message after salacious message. One chatter
Salacious.
fills me in on the discussion he's having, and right off the bat, we suspect the man is not from around here. Give me a sense
Oh my god.
this conversation.
This one's a little confusing. It said, "Hola, baby."
Oh
And-
god damn it. Why are they always a fucking Hispanic? Why are they always a flavor of Mexican? Leave me alone.
Something else in Spanish.
So we think he might be a Spanish
Yes,
speaker.
sir. I said, "Hey there, English only." He said, "Where are you, darling?" I said, "You okay with my voice being 15?" He said, "What do you mean? I didn't understand." I said, "My niece is younger. She's only 15. If you're not cool with it, I understand." He said, "Oh, okay."
Oh shit. God damn it. What the fuck is going on? Why does it keep turning back to top chat? Yeah, I have ADHD, so maybe it'll help. He about to disappear like Chuck Cunningham. We'll see you later, Carrot Gaming. Sorry I missed you, hon. I've had fucking top chat instead of live chat on. They're sexually frustrated, that's why they're here. Did he write show Bob's and Vagine? I cannot tell you the amount of Bob's and Vagine messages that I got when I was like a 13-year-old on fucking Facebook. Absolutely insane.
"Excuse me, there's no problem that I do service with her." I said, "Are you gonna fuck her?" He said, "How much for the service?" I told him 200 for both of us. I said, "Can you send photos so I could see them?" Sent one
Send Bob's
photo. He
Vagine.
said, "I can't see mommy," so we sent another one. He said, "I want to see the niece." Sent that decoy pic. He said, "Where are you, baby?" I wanted to see some legs and body. He said, "Love, and if I and my friend go, how much will you leave it to us?" I said, "For two guys, it'll be 300 to fuck us." He said, "You know I want to. I have my dick in good shape, but I don't have enough money." I said, "How much you got?" He said, "Hey, first I finished with you, the first and the second with your niece or whatever, 50 each." I said, "She'll do it for 50. Your niece can for 50. I said, "Yeah, baby. Without a condom or with a condom." I said, if you're clean, and you don't have to unless you want to." He said he don't want to use a condom. He said, "Do you think your niece will do it without a condom?" I said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck for 50, only she will." He said, "I'll be nice to her. I just want her to be nice to me and allow me to caress every part of her body."
Ew.
So that's what we want. He said, "Love, but I also want to do it you a second time." I said, "Okay, then bring more money." He said, "I wouldn't last
Okay,
long
then
because
bring
I
more
don't
money."
miss love that long, and I have cum in my mouth just to come."
What?
Sounds like he's using a translator.
Yeah. I said, "Okay, you got cash?" He said, "Yes, love, I'll pay you in cash." Asked him where he was coming from. He said, "The truth is, I don't have enough money, but I would be happy to tell you more." He said, $50 for 15 minutes. Is that okay? And he said, "Yes." Asked for the address. He said he was in Birmingham. He said, "Tell me before it gets dark." So we gave him the address.
Right.
And he said he's 55 minutes away. He said, "I'm on my way," and he just sent a picture of him driving down the road to show me that he's on his way.
Got it.
That was so
Damn,
confusing.
bitch.
So his intent is clear. We're just not exactly sure
Don't know if he's bringing a
about his
friend or-
command of the English language,
Right.
one, or whether he's bringing a friend, two.
Chris,
Oh,
stop being racist.
I have no idea. I can't.
But we think he's about 55 minutes out.
Hopefully.
So we're fit to find out.
That one gave me a stroke.
Hopefully. Ah,
The chatter got that
stop with the microaggressions, y'all. Oh my god.
right. It was a disturbing and shocking text exchange. As confusing as it was, the bottom line is that it seems that at least one, possibly two men, are coming to meet a 15-year-old girl for sex in exchange for $50. And now
For
we wait for their arrival.
$50.
Because the scenario involved a woman and her niece.
That should have been your first red flag, brother. That they're charging $50. Are you insane?
Two female decoys get into character.
Hey,
Our hidden cameras capture one of the men walking up to the house.
did you find it okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Pepe!
Yeah.
Pepe, I'm over here.
Are you? Welcome.
Okay.
Did you?
Okay.
My friend?
Okay.
The camera then picks up the second man outside.
Two
Yeah.
for 50. Two
How
for
are you?
50.
Hi.
2 for 50. 2 for 50? Are you? No, Pud, you can't get on the laptop. 2 for 50? No, my guy. No, that was your first mistake. Being stupid enough to think that anybody would actually fucking charge that shit.
Hello.
Me number Harold. You?
My name is Alma.
Emma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good.
This is my niece.
What's her name?
The man still outside asks for his partner to come out of the house.
Hi.
Hello.
Come on.
Bro, you don't even know the fucking language. You don't even know the fucking bitch. I wouldn't be able to order at a restaurant in another fucking country that I didn't know the language of, let alone solicit a fucking prostitute. What the fuck am I supposed to say? I don't know the slang. I barely know how to speak the language. There are things that you have to like work out, right? So like that's why these things are called like the things that they do are like deliberately planned, right? So they do this to this thing that in turn allows them to do the next thing, and then that allows them to do the thing that they're ultimately trying to do, right? So you have to first of all know how to communicate with the prostitute. Be able to speak the same language as the hooker. Jesus, when there's a will, there's a way. Absolutely disgusting.
Oh, no, this room. Oh, is good. This is Chume.
Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah. I don't know who that is.
Look at the smile on this man's face. He is ready for it. Ooh, Chris, me and you, we are two peas in a pod. I know exactly what you feel. I meant to write horniness and autocorrected. Motivated by hormones. Fuck. But look at this man's face. Look at this man's fucking face. He knows he's gonna get that kill.
I don't know who that is.
No good.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no good, bitch. Yeah, you don't. What? Were you gonna try to scam the prostitutes? Were you gonna try to scam the hookers? I'm gonna fucking piss myself. You're gonna try to scam the hookers? You were just gonna rock up with your fucking buddy so that they can say, well, you're here, might as well. No, bitch! What the fuck? That's some shit. I don't know if any of y'all know about this, but there's like a lot of drama that happens. He's not only a pedo, he's a scrub. On the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at minors. I'm gonna piss myself. This is beyond pathetic. I didn't know that you could get more pathetic than that. That's so pathetic. Dude, there are riots going on in LA right now for bitches like you. What the fuck is wrong with you? We're fighting for you. Stop!
Something then seems to spook them, so they turn to leave.
Get him. They're gonna run. Get him. En el suelo, putos.
But not in time, as they are quickly surrounded by the Blount County Sheriff's Office.
Get on the ground.
Oh, you
Get out.
Get down on the ground. Get down on the ground.
Bitch.
I watch as both men are put in cuffs
Get up. Right, get up.
and led back into the house, where their actions tonight are not going to get lost in translation.
Huh? Come on, step in there.
The men, now sporting new silver bracelets, are 28-year-old Henry and 27-year-old Garson, both from Guatemala.
Damn.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm
sorry, siento.
sir. No,
You're sorry.
No, you're not sorry. You're not sorry yet, sweetie. You're not sorry yet.
Hi. How's your English?
Oh, no.
No English at all.
No.
ID.
Oh, yes, I did.
Where's your ID? ¿De dónde es un ID?
¿De dónde? He just asked, where is your ID from? Or, well, he said, ¿de dónde es un ID? So, from where is an ID? That's what he said.
No explica, sorry. No comprende.
No, no inglés.
No inglés, sorry, man. No
Español?
inglés, nothing. Yes, español.
I've been here before, and even though I know some Spanish, Sheriff Moon quickly jumps into action and gets a
just know
translator
words.
on the phone. That makes it easier on me, but not easier on the two sitting across from me.
I'm about to let you talk to Chris Hansen himself.
Chris
This time it's
Hansen
starting to
himself.
work,
Shut up, Chris.
Sergeant Huerta, good evening.
Hey, good evening, sir.
Would you ask these gentlemen why they came here tonight?
Sí, buenas noches, señores.
Buenas noches.
El oficial quiere saber por qué están allí en esta locación esta noche.
Oh, la verdad, don, disculpe, pues ahora sí que no venimos por, como dijeran, por robar ni por nada. Usted sabe que también.
So he's pretty much saying that they went with the
Yeah.
intention of.
Yeah, they said their intention isn't to rob the place, okay? So, who gives a shit? Nobody, that you know damn well that's not why these people think you're here.
Obviously, the solicitation from whoever was on the other side of the phone, with no regard or that they were underage, that they didn't know, and that's why they went there when they were texting back and forth. But
No.
they went there with the intention of.
Honey, you put that shit through a translator and you're gonna see the word 14. I don't think that anybody is ever going to come to the conclusion that it was $14 or 14 minutes. No, bitch. You know goddamn well. Me no speaky only gets us so fucking far, bitch. Okay? You can't pull that shit here. You can't pull that shit here. You know why you're here. Stop fucking acting. Stop. Stop. Because in your moment of desperation, and listen, I am all for pulling the I don't speak English card on police. Listen, if that makes me a shitty person, that makes me a shitty person, and I'm very sorry for it. But, like, I've done it myself. I've encouraged my mother and my father to do it. I don't give a fuck. If it gets you out of that shit, use it. Not here. Not here, okay? Not fucking here. Use it for murder. Use it for stealing. Use it for tax fraud. But here? No. No, you can't use that here. No, you can't use that here.
With the understanding that the other person or the female was overage.
But they talked about having sex.
Over age. I've heard so many people say it's of age. Of age. Not over age. Of age.
And the age was
Too bad there isn't a pedo version of Locked Up Abroad. It's usually dumbasses caught smuggling drugs. Yes.
discussed, and a fee was discussed. Pose that question to them.
It was discussed in the text messages, or I just want to make sure I translate correctly.
Yes, in the text,
Okay.
one of the gentlemen talked about having sex with a 15-year-old girl,
Okay.
and there was a fee discussed, $50 to have sex with a
Bro,
15-year-old.
I would be so bad at the translating job because this guy is trying his very fucking best to be like as direct and as clear and professional as possible with such an unprofessional topic. He's like nervous, you can tell he's like uncomfortable. I would be so fired up. Obviously, y'all have fucking heard me go on my fucking Spanish rants. I would be yelling at them the way my mother yelled at me when I was 7, okay? Fuck.
$50, 50.
Okay, el oficial dice que quiere tener la
El
información
oficial no es
que
oficial.
ustedes sabían específicamente.
Oh. No,
Actually, let me look it up. They said they're from Honduras, right? I'm gonna look up if it's a crime to solicit a prostitute in Honduras, because in some places it's legal.
la verdad, pues le digo que no estoy mintiendo, pues él nos están viendo, va.
So what he's pretty much saying is that he acknowledges that the person on the other side of the phone that he was taken back to that was 15 years old, that they did say the $50 of the price, that that's what the conversation was about, and that they drove from Birmingham to there, obviously with the intent with it, because that was the understanding.
Oh shit. These guys won't listen. It's not a leg to stand on. You should know. Like, you should look up the laws. You obviously have a cell phone. We'll get to that here in a second. But according to Wikipedia, I'm not doing a very deep research into this. Prostitution is currently legal in Honduras because there is no law prohibiting prostitution. It is a prevalent form of occupation, especially amongst women and teenagers in cities. So, you know, it is understandable how somebody would commit the crime of somebody in their position to commit the crime of soliciting a prostitute without entirely understanding that this country, in this place here, you are not. I thought they were from Guatemala. Oh. Did I look up Honduras? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. They did say Guatemala. Or you know what? I'm going to look for that too. Guatemala. So prostitution is legal, and they have like a special thing. In Guatemala, it is legal. But they have... prostitution itself is legal, but procuring is prohibited. There is an offense of aggravated procuring where a minor is involved. Yeah, prostitution is totally legal, but specifically no underage children can participate, which is good. So, again, either way, they have not a leg to stand on, but a reason as to why they would be soliciting a prostitute in the first place. You know? There's just to somebody who's lived in Guatemala their entire life, having somebody go over to the brothel is no issue. It's like picking up a drink after work, I would imagine, right? And that's fine, totally chill. If you're going to do anything like that, any kind of recreational adult activity, look it the fuck up if you're going to go to another country. I know that the legal drinking age here in the United States is 21, right? If I go to, I don't know, where fucking Germany, where you can start drinking like beer and shit at 16, right? Like, you need to look that shit up. You have a phone, you have a cell phone, you have access to the internet, access to translators. Why didn't you just look it up? Can I get a fucking hooker in the States? And the moment they said no, you stay the fuck away from that shit. The fuck? If you're probably here on very thin ice. You're probably here on like a work visa or anything like that. And if you get in any kind of trouble, that's it. Bye-bye visa. You have probably an entire family depending on you back home. You are here to work. I'm not saying that you should not in any way, shape, or form enjoy your time and have rest and have time for recreation and to be with yourself and to have fun. That's a right that everybody deserves to have. Buy a fucking bottle of vodka and drink it with your buddy. I don't fucking know. Go to a fucking restaurant or some shit. You're spending $50 on this, and you tried to scam these girls. You tried to scam these girls into fucking letting your friend watch or some shit? Buenas tardes, Dark. How are we? But like, you were sitting here trying to scam these girls because you didn't have enough money to bring you and your friend. So, like, what are you even doing trying to solicit a prostitute? This is money that you could be sending back to your family. This is money that you could be spending on other recreations. We've already went through this. Like, why are we here? Why are we here? Why are we as immigrants here? I understand that we cannot expect immigrants to be a pinnacle of society and be the best person in the universe. You know, immigrants can be shitty people. Immigrants can commit crimes. We've seen it multiple times. It's going to happen, and that's fine. They're human. They're people, right? Be on your best fucking behavior at the very least. At the very least, try not to get into fucking legal trouble. Not even for, like, the reputation of other immigrants. But, like, just for yourself. Just for yourself. Why are you trying to get yourself in prison? In a different country where you don't even know the language? Bitch, can you even order at the fucking McDonald's? Can you even order at the McDonald's? Don't give the fascists ammunition. Thank you. Thank you. This is a very avoidable crime. Okay? Stealing, sometimes that's completely unavoidable. Okay? I will justify stealing pretty much every single time, especially if it's from big corporations. Fuck Walmart. Shoplift. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Like, stealing, I get it. I understand. I've done it. Fuck. The only time I've ever been in legal trouble is because I stole a felony amount of money. I paid it back, you know, but like, I understand. You can steal all you want. Being an immigrant alone is ammunition. You know what? That's true. You know what? That's true. And listen, a lot of the things that I say, I probably say out of frustration. And if I ever were to watch these videos again, because I don't rewatch my videos, unless something particularly funny happens, I will realize that the things that I say are very redundant and probably not helping in any way, right? But like, I use this as a diary. This is pretty much just like a diary. I just allow everybody to watch if they want. But like, that's just the way that I feel right now, right? Like, so many of us, and I'm sure these guys too, I watched my parents and my grandparents work their fucking ass off day and night. My father would not go to the doctor. He didn't have insurance. He would work through pain, through sickness, through weather. You know, children are being ripped from their families right now. Families are being separated. People who have never committed a crime, people who have never done a wrong thing in their entire lives are being sent away, ripped from their families. And you are making all of us look like fucking shit. Even the children of immigrants look like shit because of you. Because of you. And of course, 100%, it is not just on these guys, okay? They are a very short, small sliver of the problem. It's still a problem, but a very small sliver of the problem. The problem is just people's bias and the way the system works, right? But this is not in any way, shape, or form helping. In the societal view, these people are pointing to you to justify the separation of families, the ruining of lives. You are the ammo that's being used. You are the justification. And I can't sit here and tell you that I don't disagree that these motherfuckers should be sent the fuck away. I don't disagree with that. Send these motherfuckers all off to an island all together. No food, no water, survival of the fittest. Whoever fucking is the biggest, baddest gets to live. I'll do my very best to, like, you know, be as correct. I don't want to say politically correct, but to be as correct and as mindful of, like, intersectionality and the bigger problems and the actual issues, you know. I'm broken sad too, Vass. Love you, girl. Oh, Mandy! Aren't we all broken sad right now? Aren't we all broken sad? I'm saying I'm broke because I'm not going to pay $5 to Chris Hansen. But he did mention earlier that it's only $2.50 right now. So, like, actually, I do have $2.50 in the bank. I do have $2.50 in the bank. But yeah, like, listen, I want to be as mindful of intersectionality and the bigger picture and the real root of our problem. But how am I supposed to look at the root of the problem without addressing all of the immigrants that abused me? All of my abuse was brought upon by immigrants. A lot of them undocumented immigrants. And I'm not saying use this as ammo. Absolutely not. I will fight for their right. Absolutely. They have a right to, and especially because a lot of them were children, you know, they have a right to be here and to exist. Right? Unfortunately, because I include everybody, they get lumped in there too. I'm fighting for all immigrants, right? All of them, regardless. You fight for one, you fight for all. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. But I know what it's like to be on the other side of being abused by these people. These people who, in the eyes of all of society, like in the eyes of everybody else, they are the lowest class citizen. But you, as their child, are just a step below. You, as their child, are one step under them. So I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. And it's ugly. And it's there. And you motherfuckers aren't helping. You motherfuckers are not helping. I come from that background as well. I will support my gente 100%. Absolutely, yes. Yes, when I say I'm fighting for the immigrants, I'm talking about them too. Unfortunately, I'm talking about them too. Right? Because the umbrella, if the shoe fits, it fits, unfortunately. Right? And I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want this to be like... I don't intend for my words to be... These people are the reason why we're being deported, because that's not it in any way, shape, or form. These people, again, are an incredibly small sliver of the percentage that makes up the big, big picture, right? But socially, they're just not helping. Socially, they are just not helping, especially with how many of them Chris has caught. And I know that it's because of the area that they're in. The areas that Chris is frequenting right now are a lot of places where, like, people can get, like, work visas where they can come and, like, work farmland or do other kinds of, like, physical labor jobs. So you do get a lot of immigrants in that area. That's the only reason why they are getting so many more people from Mexico, people from Honduras, people from Guatemala, from all those places, is because you can get work visas in these places, right? So, I understand. That is the reason why we have such an influx of these guys. But that still doesn't, take away the hurt. And maybe I'm being too emotional about an issue that should not be as emotional as it is, grounded in reality. But whatever, I'm just rambling, I guess. If I said anything that, like, sounds, like, awful or racist or anything, please ask me to reiterate that. And if I realize that, oh my god, that is exactly what that is, that those are the words that I said, I will take that back. Like, always call me out if I say anything that sounds off or fashy or sexist or weird. Call me the fuck out on it. I want to know and I want to change. So let me know. One of the people who had a fight with Cyrax got into trouble. Yes! Low T or Big T. I don't know what his name is. But yeah, he got fucking arrested for, like, was, like, assaulting his dad, like, trying to stab him with a knife or something. Hi, Lamondre. Welcome. What did I miss? We've been talking about immigration and pedophiles, so you're not missing much. Daddioli is great. He has abandoned me and is at work right now. He should be off here in a couple of hours, though. He after working, like, work from home for, like, 2 years, we're finally... I don't want to say finally, because that sounds like I've been waiting for it, but, like, after 2 whole fucking years, he's out of the house, and I'm all alone!
The fee.
He's out cheating on me.
It hasn't happened, but that was the intention of going there.
And they know that having sex with a 15-year-old girl as an adult in this country is illegal.
He said it in his, what he pretty much said to me, that they knew that it was bad.
There we go. That's a good one. I'm actually going to pin that comment. There are criminals in every color, creed, and religion. Going after people because of their legal status or ethnicity is pure Nazi Germany all over again. Point blank, period, disagree, leave. There's the door.
But sometimes, as a man, things just take a turn to a different level. Or, in other words, they just were thinking with the incorrect head, if that makes any sense.
Correct.
This guy
And
is so
which one of
uncomfortable.
you was actually texting on the phone?
¿Cuál de los dos fue el que estaba mensajeando con la persona en otro lado?
¿Usted también? Diga sí. Yo le estaba mensajeando.
It was the gentleman that's talking to me right now.
Okay, you were the one who was texting. So you set this up. And
So usted fue el que hizo este trato con la...
Sí, la verdad yo estuve mensajeando, pero...
So you're saying, long story short, yes, he was the one that orchestrated, that did the coordination for it to happen, but he acted he just acted on it, and he's asking to be forgiven, and that won't happen again. But he was the one that pretty much was the one that set the fee and said okay.
And was it their intent for both of them, both of these men, to have sex with the 15-year-old girl?
Yes.
La intención era para los dos tener relaciones con esa menor, nomás usted.
No, nomás yo venía decidido porque yo le dije a ella, nomás por él estaba diciendo
It was only him.
a la más grande.
So why did the other man come with?
¿Por qué vino su compañero con usted?
Oh, pues viene a acompañarme. Porque no puedo venir.
Oh, viene a acompañarme. He just came for a fucking what? Emotional support? Was he gonna fucking put on a cheerleading outfit and start dancing in the background, bitch? Stroke, stroke, stroke. Was he gonna play Seabat? The fuck?
Solo porque no creo más delito que yo vengo solo.
He said he just went with him as his companion.
Wait, what?
Delito que yo vengo solo. Oh, pues viene a acompañarme. Porque no puedo venir solo porque no creo más delito que yo vengo solo.
No! Hold on, I need to make triple sure that he said what he said.
So why did the other man come with?
¿Por qué vino su compañero con usted?
Oh, pues viene a acompañarme. Porque no puedo venir solo porque no creo más delito que yo vengo solo.
No quería venir solo porque no creo más delito por venir solo. So if I heard this right, this man said, well, he came with me just in case I would get some kind of charge, it would be lesser. He didn't say exactly that, but that's what his words are alluding to. The tag along, yeah.
He said he just
Where's
went
this
with him
fucking
as
monster?
his companion, not to partake in the activity.
He was just gonna watch.
Tell them I think he's lying.
El policía piensa que está mintiendo.
No, they're calling Chris the cop. He's saying that Chris is a cop.
La verdad, puedo jurarlo, pues estoy yendo a la iglesia, pero la verdad en esto sí cometí.
I swear it's the truth. I'm even going to church. Bitch, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? You wanna know the amount of times I got molested in a fucking church? Eat my ass.
Error, la verdad estoy yendo a la iglesia, pero cometí un error al venir y hacer esa clase de
He's
juego.
not lying. He goes to church, so he can't be lying to you right now.
Well, if you're going
That's exactly what he said.
to church and you're not lying, what are you doing here trying to have sex with a child?
Por eso le digo, no era con la menor, sino que era con la mayor. Yo le...
Now he's saying that the intent was with the older person, not the younger person.
But that's not what it's...
In reference to any of the messages that you guys are saying.
Yes, there's an aunt and a niece here, according to the scenario.
Okay,
But
so he just said that the intent was to come with the aunt and not the niece.
But in the chat, you talk about having sex with the 15-year-old girl.
Sí, por eso le digo, no me aparto de eso, pero yo creo que también me confundí, como le digo.
He's saying he has not done it, and that the intent was that it was with.
No, I think he tried to say it's not against the law to bring someone with him. Oh, okay. Because he fucking is stumbling across his fucking words. And listen, I'm a fluent Spanish speaker, but like, that was a little weird.
The older one and not the younger one.
Also, Guatemala Spanish and like Mexico Spanish are like, well, not entirely different, but they're pretty different.
If it was misunderstood that it was with the younger one, then that's not what he wants. That's not what he intended to, and the messages got misconstrued from his level or wherever they were translating back and forth. Again, I can't see the messages, so
Correct.
I think he's just scrambling at this point.
Got it. And ask them if they're in this country legally and if they have, work permits and green cards.
Están en ese país legalmente tienen su green card, su tarjeta de residencia o algo con ustedes ahorita.
No, la verdad no.
They said they have some type of
No
identity.
mames, güey. No andas aquí haciendo tus pendejadas mojado. No, güey. Oh my fucking god, dude. Stop it. It feels so bad. It feels so fucking bad, dude. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing because I have seen both sides of these men. Not these men in particular. But pendejos, exactamente. I've seen both sides. I've seen the predator. And trust me, the predator is a predator. And I have seen the hard-working man who works 2 jobs and never stops, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. Like, I've seen it. Like, I've experienced it my entire life. My grandfather built houses and churches until he was fucking, I think he was like 75 when he finally stopped designing things and stopped like doing blueprints and stuff. He stopped physically working after he had like this horrible fucking accident that almost amputated his fucking left hand. like these people work so goddamn hard. It just, oh my fucking god! Now these disgusting pendejos can get a free shipping back to their country. That's right, bitch. You don't get to pay for it, but you're gonna have to go back. Spending your last $50 on this shit instead of sending it to your family, you dumb bitch.
I don't know what specifically it is. You can take a look at it.
But are they here in this country legally?
Pero estar en este país legal.
Oh, de eso, legal, no. La verdad, no estamos legal, pero no le voy a mentir porque no estamos legal.
Yeah, no, they're here illegal.
They're illegal.
Correct.
And how long have they been in this country?
Not long enough.
¿Cuándo llegaron?
Yo tengo un año que estoy acompañando a él. Y yo tengo 3 años.
No mames, güey, not even 5 years. They haven't even been in this bitch 5 years. What? And now, as we saw in Guatemala, it is specifically illegal to solicit a minor for prostitution. Specifically. Okay? So you know you're doing things wrong. There is no fucking translator that you can put that in that would give you the idea that you weren't... No! Jeez! So they came illegally when Biden was president? This is the future liberals want!
Well, the other gentleman said 1 year, and the main guy I've been talking to, he said 3 years.
3 years. And have they met girls online before for sex?
Y no han hecho esta actividad como lo que están haciendo ahorita.
Le digo que por eso le estoy tratando de explicar que jamás y nunca nomás, como le digo.
This is the first time this has happened. They've never done this before. And again, that they're sorry for the miscommunication or whatever's going on right now. But they have never done it before.
Have they ever been in trouble with the law before?
They probably left Guatemala the last time they updated the underage thing. I don't know how long it's been up. That's just like the basic Google search Wikipedia that I just did a little bit ago.
For either here in the United States or in Guatemala?
Nada, jamás. Si quiere que revisen nuestro récord, ahí está. No tenemos ningún problema. No nos gusta meternos problemas con él.
No nos gusta meternos en problemas.
Do they have children?
¿No tienen hijos ustedes?
Sí, tenemos hijos.
¿Cuántos años?
Oh, tengo una niña de 5 años.
So yeah, the girl.
Yo tengo una niña de 1 año. Acaba de nacer cuando yo entré a Estados Unidos.
Pero,
A newborn and a 4-year-old. Bro, that's what I was talking about earlier. That fuck shit. Like my parents were running around like the entire town was their own personal Love Island while carrying 2 children. And I was thinking about it, like, I could never. That's so embarrassing. Fucking act your age. Fucking act like you have a developed brain. These guys don't look any older than 30. I don't think they're anywhere, like, in the 18, 19 range where you could maybe say that, oh, they've just been around teenagers their whole lives, so this is all they know, right? I guess. These guys look like they're around a fully developed brain age, right? Because it's not the same for everyone. It's different for all of us. So, like... why are we running around doing this shit? Why are we running around at our big age doing this shit? And that's coming from somebody who's literally playing Animal Crossing right now. I have 2 copies of Animal Crossing. I have 2 Switches. Everything that I own is a shade of baby pink. Look at the screen right now. Does that look like something that a fully developed adult would create? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I can tell you for a goddamn fact that you ain't never gonna catch me doing this kind of childish bullshit. Absolutely not. Oh my god.
The other one said they just had a kid before before they came, so it's got to be a year old.
How would you feel if somebody came to meet one of your children
¿Cómo se sentirían los dos si alguien llegaría
for sex?
a hacer lo que están haciendo ahorita con sus hijas?
Pues nos sentiríamos pésimos.
Nos sentiríamos pésimo porque usted sabe que no
Ay,
es...
pésimo.
Because the child is not a toy to be doing that.
Ask them what they think should happen to them tonight.
Pues la verdad, si es...
They acknowledged it was bad, but that he was just a companion to come with them.
Oh,
And
you're
he asked the
gonna
question.
get it tonight. Deportation. Get out, bitch.
And what do you think should happen to you tonight? They're not giving a direct answer. They're just saying they're passionate about it. They're sorry, and that they have clean records. But they don't give me a definitive answer of what specifically they think should happen.
What's going to happen to them when they are deported back to Guatemala, labeled as child sex predators?
No, pues sería también...
No, pues siendo sincero,
So
They ruined not only their future, but those poor families they left behind in further misery. And that's what I'm fucking talking about. That's what pisses me off so fucking much. 'Cause, like, there's already a stigma around you. People already don't want you here. People already vote against your rights. And you're still gonna do this shit? Like, not even for your babies. Not even for your babies. Your literal infants. The little babies that your wives were carrying for 9 months inside of their body. They created this thing for you. This entire human. They made a new set of lungs. They made another beating heart. They made another however many fucking meters of intestines. They made that shit. All so that you could have a family. So that you could have that wife and that child to cherish and love for the rest of their and your life. Whichever ends first. And this is what you decide to do with the last $50 of your paycheck? There were times my parents didn't eat. Listen, I'm going to sit here and 100% always diss my parents for the shit they did to me and how fucked up they left me, but I will never, ever, ever, ever deny that they were hard-working immigrants who did anything and everything they could to keep my mouth and my sister's mouth full. Okay? Absolutely not. Even the worst people that I could fucking imagine, people who did horrible things to children, I can't compare them to you. They worked so fucking hard, skipped meals, restless, sleepless nights, overnight doing things, building things, constructing things with their own hands, putting everything they have into a shitty fucking job that sees them as nothing but a stain on the fucking ground. They still gave their last $50 to feed them. They gave their last $50 to get the girls a Barbie, to get the girls some ice cream, to get the girls a new backpack that they've been wanting, to get the girls that little playset they've been wanting. And you couldn't even think of them. You couldn't even think of them. You couldn't even stop for a second and say, maybe my wife would like to get her and the kids some food for dinner tonight instead of cooking. We could use those $50 to get us some pizza and rent some movies. Or get a subscription to Netflix and watch some movies and stay in with the family tonight. If they're together. If they're together. Right. If they're separated, send her the $50. Here you go. Here's for Venmo. Go get a pizza with the kids. Go watch a movie. Send me pictures. I love you. Bitch. Not even my literal abusive, emotionally abusive parents. Ever. And that's part of the reason why they got away with it. Listen, bitch. Let's not discredit the shit they did to me, okay? We're not going to discredit that. They were responsible parents. They knew that the moment I came out of that coochie hole, It was over for them. Their safety, their hunger, their comfort was no longer the priority. It was mine. Okay? I was fully clothed. I was fully taken care of. I had everything within reason, of course. My parents didn't fucking, shower me with things until we got older and we started sharing money, right? But, like, I had everything I ever wanted. I had everything I ever needed. Like, where's the disconnect? Why are you not thinking of your babies? Huh? Why are you not thinking of your wives that are probably not fucking with you? Dude, I'm suffering and my man is across the fucking... He's not even a mile away from the house and I'm suffering. How are you that heartless? How are you that selfish? How fucking dare you be that fucking selfish? Absolutely disgusting. Why is your nut more important than your fucking family? That... disgusting. Disgusting. They act like bachelors with no responsibility. Exactly. Just because your bitch isn't in the fucking house with you doesn't mean you're not a father. Just because you don't have to take care of the kids doesn't mean you are not a father. You are here to provide for your family. You are here to do your fucking job. Because you decided to take up a fucking wife, now you have to do your part and take care of her. And your fucking kid. If she's not already working. Damn, bitch. Damn.
Maybe send them back, obviously, that once they get back over there, probably going to find a reason to put him back to jail, and that he's sincerely apologetic, and he knows that this is a sensitive subject, and that he came to the United States
Somos
to help
padres de
his
familia.
family.
Si fueras un puto padre de familia, hubieras usado esos putos $50 y se los hubieras mandado a tu puto bebé. ¿Ah? En vez de andarte metiendo ahí con los putos cochinos. Metiendo el pipí ahí donde no tienes que meterlo. Si fueras un padre de familia, le dieras tu dinero a la familia. ¿Ah? Estuvieras cuidándolos y dándoles tus últimos 50 putos. Y ni fueron los tuyos, güey. Ni fueron los... They weren't even your $50, bitch. They weren't even your $50. They were your friends' $50. Padre de familia, mi pinche oloriento culo. The fuck? Shut up, scrub. Bitch, who the fuck you think you're talking about? I'm a father. ¿Cómo se dice padre de familia? What would you translate that in English? I'm a family guy. I'm a family man. That's what he's saying. I'm a family man. No, bitch. You're a fucking scrub who's trying to scam underage prostitutes. You dumb fucking bitch.
And his child prosper, but that they're both very sorry.
Could you tell them that there are some sheriff's deputies, policemen who want to take them to the jail for further questioning?
Afuera de donde están ahorita hay dos policías más o dos sheriffs que se los van a llevar a preguntarle más preguntas.
Se los van a llevar a la chingada.
Otro intérprete que no sé yo, o sea, que tiene su departamento.
Sí.
Okay, they acknowledged it.
And do they have anything else to say to American citizens here in Alabama for their behavior tonight?
Oh, eat my ass, Chris.
No tenemos armas.
What happened was to happen, obviously.
We're skipping that.
Because we
Chris
caught
just
them.
wants to be fucking racist.
That they're not criminals, that they haven't done nothing bad. This was
No, they have.
a huge misunderstanding, and that they're sorry for, again, the misunderstanding. They just keep saying that.
Sergeant, thank you very much for your time and your assistance tonight. I appreciate it very much.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no
it was a sergeant. It was a sergeant. He wasn't even supposed to be here today. He probably opted out of this shit. Like, he was probably so glad to not have to deal with any of this shit today and was just probably at his desk filling out paperwork and getting shit done so he can go home, you know? Fuck Alabama. ¿Cómo se dice en español? Fuck Alabama. Que chingue su madre la Alabama.
Oh, good. good evening.
Yep, you too.
Thanks again. Before being taken to the
If you're from Alabama, I'm sorry. I was just translating.
sheriff's jail, Garson and Henry are searched while they negotiated sex with a 15-year-old.
Don't throw it like that. Just set it on the table. You're not that far away. Come on. What was that?
Sheriff's jail,
Was that from the
Garson and
camera?
Henry are searched.
Look at that.
While they negotiated sex with a...
You were right there. You were right. What was that toss for? So unnecessary.
15-year-old girl for $50. Turns out they had a lot more money on them. A whole lot more.
Oh,
How
shit.
much money altogether?
It was $390 something in that one wallet.
$390.
There's what I was looking for.
Condom.
What's that? Oh, condom.
$1,200.
Huh?
$1,200.
$1,200 fucking dollars? $1,200 y pagaste 50. Rata inmunda, animal rastrero. Bring on Paquita la del barrio. She needs to hear about these guys. The fuck? You had $1,200 on your fucking person, and you only spent 50, and you were gonna scam these girls. I was over here giving y'all so much goddamn credit. I was giving y'all so much credit, thinking that this was your last $50, that you were just, you know, that you were just broke and trying to get a nut, but nada. Fuck you, dude.
Hasta la vista.
Okay. Yes.
Don't smile at him.
Garson were both charged with traveling to meet a child to perform a sexual act, child solicitation by computer to entice a child for immoral purposes, and human trafficking. We'll keep you posted on the case against them. Now,
We
we have
have-
had two different predators show up at the same time in the same investigation. On this night, that will almost surely send them back to their country. And this is a hotly debated topic. In Hunt County, Alabama, with Sheriff Marshall election, he's like,
Okay, is it a
There
fucking
was
interview?
no misunderstanding.
Okay. I hated him less when I thought they were just losers. Yeah. My respect was on the fucking ground. Oh my god, another one! I just clicked on the thing that said full episode. I didn't even read the full title. But another flavor of Mexican. Jesus Christ, y'all. Come on. Jesus. Well, let's see if this last one, actually. Oh, fuck. We've seen this one. Okay, fuck it. We'll watch Pablo. Or whatever his name is. Yeah, Pablo.
coming up on Takedown with Chris Hansen. This is where I earn my money. In Genesee County, Michigan, a man from Mexico shows up in one of my investigations. And why are you here?
Trabajo.
You're going to work on the roof here at this place? While we had a little bit of a language barrier, we found a unique
Oh, we've seen this one
workaround.
too. Damn, we've seen these. Oh, we've seen all these. That's kind of gay. Is that all the ones you have? That can't be all the ones you have. Aw. This one's members only. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I didn't intend for there to be a theme of immigration today. But I guess you know, it's a hot topic. It's gonna get clicks. I get it. They targeting la raza, and I was saying earlier, because I believe like these rural places in like Alabama and like I know for sure like in Kentucky and in Oklahoma and Texas, there's like I'll keep my 250 down, yes. But like it's always just a straight up Mexican or like the whitest man you've ever seen in your entire life. Like his name is Kevin. But like they tend to like go to places that are like either like more like rural areas, like this place Blunt, Alabama, there's a lot of like, at least I know, like in the small rural area that I had my teenage years in, where my dad was pretty much like the ringleader of a bunch of immigrants. There's a lot of people who like do work visas for labor and stuff. So I think they focus a lot on areas that have a lot more like physical labor jobs and stuff like that. So you're gonna get a lot more immigrants, of course, a lot of Mexicans. You're gonna get so many Mexicans. I sound like the president. So many Mexicans. We're bringing them all in and just letting them shit in our faces. All the Mexicans. Yeah, I know, Chrissy.
There are literally hundreds.
I love you,
True
Daddy.
Blue. Welcome to a special episode of Takedown with Chris Hansen. As you know, for the past several months, I've worked with Genesee County, Michigan Sheriff Chris Swanson and his Ghost team investigating adults trying to meet children for sex. All a part of a major string of sting operations where these men are exposed, I get to interview them, and they are arrested and held accountable. But now we've come across a different sort of investigation, a predator who is operating in multiple states, one who targeted a 12-year-old girl in Flint, Michigan. It all starts with a visit to an emergency room.
Is Flint, Michigan not going through enough? Can you predators leave them alone? Leave Flint alone.
After the girl had been sexually assaulted. This is 22-year-old Peter Petch.
Wait,
He's been sexually
what?
assaulted in states. One who targeted a 12-year-old girl in Flint, Michigan. It all starts with a visit to an emergency room after the girl had been sexually assaulted.
Oh, shit.
This is 22-year-old Peter Pedjick. He was taken into custody by the Genesee County Sheriff's Office in early 2022 for allegedly sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl he met online and groomed through Instagram. Over the course of the investigation, illicit secrets, devious actions, and disturbing revelations would come into focus, leaving everyone stunned. The crime started to unfold with a phone call to Sheriff Chris Swanson in Ghost. Ghost is the Genesee Human Oppression Strike Team, and they are one of the most successful child predator operations in the country. And how did you find out about this crime?
Because of her family that saw the need and immediately took her to Hurley Hospital. And, you know, those professionals at hospitals, and especially the emergency rooms, triage nurses, trauma docs, it's easy when a story comes in to try to piecemeal. That's what they do. They're experts at assessment. And you hear a story and you start putting the pieces together, you realize, okay, this little girl has been sexually assaulted.
The girl's parents bring her to the emergency room. Your department is notified. How do you then connect this horrifying crime to the predator?
Her phone. Phones are priceless pieces of evidence that link our whole world together. So we have a 24/7 Ghost operator on call every day, 365. And they were dispatched to the hospital, immediately took the statement, grabbed the phone, Captain Nelson downloaded it, and boom, there's the conversation, there's the suspect, there's the contact that we need, and we start building a case, and we do it from, think about it as you're kind of putting toothpaste back in the tube. You know, it's not always easy to do, but you got to put it back to see where it started from, and that's what we do.
What Ghost investigators uncovered in the phone of the 12-year-old victim was troubling, disturbing, and every parent's nightmare. Why did Peter Pedjick target this specific 12-year-old girl?
He's attracted to young people. It's out very innocent, and it starts out just building a friendship. But he's already watching what she's posting at Instagram, so he knows the things that interest her, he knows the places she goes, the emotions she has, and he just plays on that. And then it quickly rolls into, we're gonna make this meet. And you know, if I say something to you and you don't turn me down, I just came a step closer, and then a step closer. But the ultimate goal is for him to facilitate a physical interaction.
That physical interaction happened February 2022. Peter Pedjick flew from Florida to Detroit, Michigan. where surveillance footage captured him in the early morning hours.
He convinced her that he would fly up and he would meet her at a church parking lot at midnight. He had already gone to a hotel, which is in the area off of Pearson and 75, rented the room. We knew what time that was. We have the surveillance videos. Then he came back, picked her up, took her back to the hotel. We have him walking down the hallway. She's a little tiny 12-year-old girl. 12-year-old. Gets her in the room, and he's with her for 4 hours. And full sex, oral sex. He's videoing the whole thing, and he's teaching her, told her what he wanted her to wear, how he wanted her to do her hair, grooming. And he said, if you do this, I'm going to pay you with crypto money for gaming.
Crypto money for gaming.
And that was her theme. So everybody's got a button.
How did he groom this 12-year-old girl on Instagram?
Well, many times the platforms are just the introduction, and they take it offline because they know they're being monitored. So they'll go right to texting, and that's what happened. Is he took her to a text conversation, which is obviously not monitored, and that's how the conversation continued, and he broke her down.
Yeah, that's kind of how it happens. Listen, I was always smart enough, and I don't want to say smart, actually. I was always, I simply knew that all of the things that were going on, all of my groomers, were mostly just fantasy. At least to me, it was just like, these people aren't real. It's kind of like an AI bot, if that makes sense. So I was never interested in actually getting up and meeting these people. I didn't want to give these people the time of day. But to somebody who, especially to a child who is particularly vulnerable, it's not going to take very long for them to get the fuck up out of their bed and sneak out. My sister snuck out so fucking often, dude. At least every week she would sneak the fuck out. Of course I covered for her, but I was fucking what, like 14? You know? So like, as far as I know, she's safe. She didn't end up getting anything too bad. I wouldn't know anymore, but you know, like, kids do stupid things. That's why you don't fuck them, because their brains aren't developed, so they're going to do the stupidest possible thing, right? And like the way that some of these people talked to me, like, I'm surprised that I'm still alive, truly.
And after that interaction of 4 hours, he was in Michigan for 48 hours. I can only account for 4.
Fuck.
That little girl had a psychological breakdown, and her parents took her to the hospital, and it was at that moment that the SANE nurses, which are sexual assault forensic nurses, recognized not only physiological trauma from a grown man to a 12-year-old girl, but the emotional breakdown, and that's what opened the door.
The clock was
so
ticking.
if I can speak more openly than I usually do, and trigger warning for me speaking about child sexual assault and the aftermath of it. So click away if you don't want to hear about that. But sometimes, even in I'm 28 years old, and the last time that I was ever assaulted, I was 19 or 20. I wasn't even able to drink yet. And to this day, sometimes, randomly, I could be out playing with my dogs, or at the fucking grocery store, or I could be in the car, or I could be just taking a shit, right? And I get what I like to call the freshly raped feeling. It's the feeling right after. I can't describe it. I can't describe I can describe physically what it feels like. It's cold. It's very cold. Your skin is very clammy, and areas sometimes are a little raw. And why I'm saying this is so that we can remember and know that I'm 26. The feeling is not going away. The feeling will never go away. Okay? I am going to have to live with this for the rest of my human life. That feeling will always come back. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Doesn't matter who I'm talking to. Doesn't matter what's going on. The feeling will never subside. All right? It doesn't go away. It never goes away. And it's day ruining, week ruining. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. That's what these motherfuckers are doing. Okay? They are taking these children and they are fucking them for life. For life. It's been 6 years since I've had that feeling bestowed upon me, that it doesn't just happen to me while I'm walking around. It's been 6 years. It's not going away. It won't leave. And it'll never leave. Never. You can justify murder. You can justify stealing. But you can never, ever justify rape. There is in no way, shape, or form. Maybe if a fucking gun was pointed to your head and you were told, do this or I'm going to shoot you both. Maybe. Maybe. What that little girl felt there is going to haunt her for the rest of her life. And that feeling is never going to go away. She is going to wake up every single day for the rest of her fucking life worried that that feeling is going to come back. Don't forget that. Don't forget that that's why we're here. Don't ever forget that. Okay? If not for yourself, for good old Vast. Don't forget it. Because everything is sunshine and rainbows and everything's really funny. But let's not forget that these people are monsters. These people are, while they are human, they are monsters. And they are ruining lives every single day. Be wary. Be mindful. Because this feeling, truly, the only person that I would wish this feeling upon is a rapist. Nobody other than a rapist deserves to feel this way. I would not wish it on my worst fucking enemy. I really wouldn't. No. I wouldn't wish it on either of my parents. I wouldn't wish it on my sister. I wouldn't wish it... I can't even think of somebody who No. And it doesn't leave. And it doesn't leave. It lingers. It stays forever. Your cells replenish themselves every 7 to 10 years, but honeybee, it doesn't go away. It doesn't go away.
To catch this volatile child predator before he could claim another victim. So how did the Genesee County Sheriff's Office track Paget down?
And listen, I understand the importance of providing a cellular to a child for emergency purposes and stay in contact, but also run the risk of putting them in harm's way at the same time. I was a very aware child, so I'm only going to speak in my own experiences as a child. But when I was younger, if I was told why I was being kept from something, I would stay away from that. My parents... My dad refused to smoke because his dad died of cancer, and he would tell me every day, or anytime he got, every day, that's such an exaggeration, but anytime he had a chance, he would tell me, your grandfather died because he smoked too many cigarettes. Stayed away from cigarettes. Stayed the fuck away from them. Everyone around my school was like, oh, I would never, like, smoke crack or like do meth or like do heroin because like that really fucks you up, you know? So like I stayed away from all that, right? I don't go over to that house because this happens, or I don't go over here because that happens, right? So I'm pretty sure that most children, especially because like I feel like a good age to give a child a phone would be like 13, 14, right? end of middle school, early high school, because at that point, you know, they're a little bit more independent. They're going out with their friends. They're probably staying after school for activities, maybe need rides somewhere, whatever the fuck, right? I feel like informing your child of the dangers, letting them know, hey, your brain isn't fully developed yet. And there's a lot of things that can harm you. I know those are really hard conversations to have, and they're really awkward, and your child may not even listen to you, right? But like, if my parents were to have just said, "Hey, girl, these motherfuckers they're here to hurt you. They don't actually care. They're here to hurt you, and you're going to regret this in 20 years." I would have stayed away. I can genuinely say that I would have stayed away. Anything that they warned me about, anything they said, hey, that may not be a good idea, I double considered it, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, maybe that is not a good idea. I'm not going to do it. And I've saved my own ass because of it. Kids aren't stupid, you know, and a lot of them aren't going to listen to you, of course. Being somebody with another underdeveloped brain, that just comes with it, right? You think that, you know, it doesn't matter what you think. You don't believe that something bad will happen to you, right? But like, in today's world, I feel like it's going to be a lot of pressure to give them like a phone or whatever, you know? Just tell them, just let them know, hey, this is what's going on. These are the things that could put you in danger. I don't want you to be in danger, right? Explain to them why you did it, because you fear the chancla or cinto. Believe it or not, after I turned, like, was it like 12 or 13, they stopped hitting me. And then one time, the last time I was ever hit, I was like 15. My dad slapped me across the fucking face, and I just blinked at him. Never hit me again. Never hit me again. So, like, they knew that I didn't give a shit if they hit me. But I also, like, I was a bad kid, but, like, I was mindful. I understood that, like, my parents were hardworking Americans that were just trying to get by, right? And I feel like a lot of kids are like that, too. I feel like if you just let them know, I'm doing this, like, I'm not trying to keep you away from these things just because I don't want you to enjoy these things, because you will be able to enjoy them at some point. But for now, because your brain is so underdeveloped, it's very easy for you to get hurt. I don't want you to get hurt. Right? If my parents would have just told me, I don't want you to get hurt, and that's why I'm keeping you away from this thing, I feel like I would have rationalized a lot of things a lot better. And maybe I'm just giving kids too much credit, right? I don't have children, right? I don't know what it's like to try to talk to your child about something and try to make them listen. But, like, I mean, I think of myself as when I was a kid, and, like, I think through a lot of the scenarios that I put myself through, and I'm like, yeah, I really wasn't thinking. That was really stupid. Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like if you just tell them, if you just speak to them, even if they won't listen, just, like, I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard because the internet is so gigantic, and there's so many fucking predators. You can't keep them away, but if you let them know, you know, it's like road signs. You know, you can't avoid rain, but you can take measures to be safe while driving in rain. Does that make sense? You know, if you tell them of the dangers, hey, there are people who are out there to do things to you. If anything like that happens, don't be scared to let me know. Don't be scared to let me know. Like, I don't know.
Detectives Walker and Kennemer documented their journey as they partnered with Florida law enforcement.
All right.
Vast became the chancla. You bet your ass I did. Don't fear the chancla.
And then in Fort Lauderdale, got a rental car. We're driving to our hotel. So as we're looking at the pings, we're pinging the guy's phone all day long. Looks like he went south right now. He's down in like Hollywood. So he's not by his house. He's about an hour away
Oh shit, they just uploaded a partial episode called Shinji's Out of Tune. So we may have, I mean, the only other person that I know named Shinji is Shinji from Evangelion, so I'm gonna assume this guy's Japanese. Hello, love, and Viral Effects. Welcome, guys.
House. So, you know, one of our fears right now is that he's out there, and there's another victim perhaps. or he's out there and not going to come home. Hopefully, we'll make that work. We've been in contact with our FBI friends, and if it comes down to it, they have a vehicle that can track his phone and pinpoint his location, and we'll be in contact with them. But saying our prayers tonight that he'll return home and everything will go as planned as we set up.
Things don't always go as planned, though, and the detectives fear Peter Pejic might slip through their fingers.
Looks like our suspect was go home last night. He stayed in Fort Lauderdale. So the hunt is on. Be breakfast in the morning.
Good morning. We're closing in on you.
The ghost detectives hit the road in search of Pejic, but with him not being home, arresting him might prove to be trickier than they thought.
All right, we just talked to our contact. They're on a standby now because he's an hour away to the south. Myself and Walker, we're going to head down, try to lay eyes on him. Dealing with other states and other laws, we're trying to figure out what they can do, if they can transport across county lines even. They have questions about that. The problem we have is that the county that he was staying in or his home's in has set up for the extradition for us. And if he gets arrested in another county, everyone's extradition down here is different. So we'll have to scramble to try to get him sent back to Michigan. But we're going to go try to lay eyes on this guy and make sure we know where he's at.
Local authorities get a ping on Pejic's cell phone. Now the ghost team has to pinpoint his exact location.
All right, so our local team has tapped out for the day. They're on standby if this guy moves. Problem is he's in a 2-mile radius from this tower pings, and he hasn't moved yet today. Reached out to the FBI. We're going to try to see if we can get directional towers and maybe do a little trigonometry and see if we can cross-reference where he might be at, just limit it down a little bit. We're an hour away right now, so we're heading back to that area. If we got to, we'll do a grid pattern through that search, and we'll hit every neighborhood we can just to see if we can see his car. It's got a little Honda Civic, no.
You sound so sweet. Thank you, honey.
Front bumper, so it should be kind of easy to see. One more day of this guy being out in the world is one day too long. So we're gonna do whatever we can. One of our biggest fears is that he is reaching out to a new victim, and we gotta do everything we can to stop that. We're gonna do everything we can to hunt him down and get him in custody, so we don't have that threat of him preying on any other vulnerable individuals. So that's what we are doing, and that's our main objective for tonight. Interesting thing about working for Ghosts, this is Sergeant Walker's first time ever seeing the ocean. Silver linings to everything.
Silver linings to everything.
Later,
Sir, you're stopping a literal child rapist.
Detectives are hot on the trail and have him in their sights.
All right, so we got our ping location, and we're heading to that location, and lo and behold, we find our guy driving. So we're now tailing him right now.
Just scared the shit out of all of the animals in this room. We have a cousin doing the lawn for us right now, and they were going absolutely wild. So I had to put everybody in the room and close the door so that they would stop barking at the lawn guy. And when I gasped, everybody just jumped. Fuck.
There's our guy right there.
They're right behind him. He doesn't even know.
Nice and close. We'll see where he ends up
Next
going.
to a school?
Florida
Is that a school?
traffic. We're tailing the car. Don't know where he's going. We hope he's going back to the area where we have people waiting for him. But the traffic here is thick. And we're dodging in and out of traffic.
But he's not going home. The ghost detectives follow Pejic to a bank parking lot, and now there's nowhere for him to run.
Oh shit.
The bank right now. We're on the phone with 911. I'm at 1021.
And right now we have him in the PNC Bank on the corner of
University and Nova.
University and Nova. We'd definitely like
Nova
to get a mark
Online?
unit to get him pulled over.
Did y'all hear he's drinking alcohol now?
Yes.
What color is the vehicle?
It's gonna be a dark gray Honda Accord with
Of course
a
he drives
missing
a fucking
bumper.
Accord.
human trafficking, sexual CSC warrant. His name is Peter Pachek.
Pejic is cornered. The
Oh,
ghost
this
detectives
guy.
now
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
carefully coordinate the arrest, keeping in mind they're in a public place with civilians all around.
One of the units is going to call you now.
Okay. Hello, this is Detective Walker. Hi.
Hey, we have a couple guys unmarked coming over to you. Where are you at? How do you guys want to grab
Oh
this guy?
shit! We got a couple unmarks coming your way. Where you at, bitch? Let's party!
Detectives Kennemer and Walker plan the arrest with local officers.
Well, preferably, you guys could get him in custody for us. Preferably, I don't know how this works with you guys down here, but we would, because we already have interview room arranged with Palm Beach County. If you guys could make an arrangement to meet up with them and train.
Oh, by the way, I was talking to ChatGPT the other night, and it thinking overwhelmingly that Lauren is a virgin. Oh my god.
Transfer custody, where we can lodge him, because we have extradition and the interview scheduled with Palm Beach County.
Now, we can't, he's probably going to have to go to Broward if we grab him.
Okay.
Can we interview him?
Are we going to be able to interview him?
Yeah, we can take him back to
That's
our
okay, it's
meeting,
okay.
so you can interview him as long as there's an active warrant.
I'm just here to get something to eat. I'm just here to put out $50.
When backup arrives, it's go time. Peter Pejic is just a few yards away inside the bank and doesn't have any idea what's about to go down. They carefully enter the bank and quickly spot Pejic in an office just to the right of the front door.
Oh my god. Bro, imagine like going to talk to your fucking accountant or some shit and then you just get arrested.
An officer approaches Pejic and quickly pats him down and puts him in cuffs. Thankfully, Pejic is apprehended without incident. With Peter Pejic now in Genesee County Sheriff's Office custody, next they take him to the station for questioning. Detective Kennemer is about to be sitting across from the man for whom he flew more than 1,300 miles to apprehend, and now he wants answers.
What is going on? We were going to get into all that, my friend. I'm a lieutenant for our sheriff's office, and when I tell you where I'm from, you'll know what this is about. Are you a monster? Well, here's the deal.
He is.
I'm from Michigan.
You don't need to ask that.
Do you know why you're here now?
Pejic shakes his head no.
I didn't come down here by accident. Okay? And I believe you know why I'm here, right? I didn't just come from Michigan either. I came from Flint. Okay? Does that ring a bell? Yes. Okay.
It's now time for Detective Kennemer to reveal why he's there.
So listen, Peter. I know that you know she was 12. Right? I know that. That's not a question. But what I want to see is if you would be able to step up and help her now so she doesn't have to go through this anymore.
Pejic has acknowledged why he's in the interview room, but Detective Kennemer wants to get the how.
So how did you meet her? Do you know her name?
No. I genuinely, I suspect it was based on her Instagram.
Where'd you meet her through?
Bro, you don't even know her name, dog. Fuck. Damn. I'm allergic to this bullshit.
He tells the detective where on Twitter he met a 12-year-old girl.
Of course it was on
There's
Twitter.
Like a community of people who age regress, as it's called.
Ooh!
And one of the suggested posts that was brought up was one of her posts in her account.
Okay, you gotta help an old dumb white guy out.
Right, okay.
What is age regression?
Age regression is something, I'm not too familiar about it either, but It's a
I'm sorry, but if the owner of that site doesn't respect his own daughter's pronouns, I'm not gonna respect the sites either.
kink that a lot of people
No, it's not. Okay. So, a lot of things are very nuanced, okay? And things that are associated with anything like that, any kind of age regression or anything like that, is not always strictly sexual, okay? There are so many people who use age regression in therapeutic sessions, in therapy sessions with therapists, licensed doctors who supervise the ordeal and allow their patients to regress in age in a safe and controlled environment. Why? Because that kind of shit is so fucking easy for gooners like you to co-opt and use as some kind of fucking jerk-off material. Okay? Some people, I don't know any of these people, but some people may do it sexually, okay? And if they do it, I hope everything is okay at home. You know, as long as they're doing it with other adults, I guess I really can't say anything. You definitely probably shouldn't do that. You know? But like age regression, I don't know why the fuck the gooners took that shit and co-opted it, but that's not what that is. Age regression is something that therapists use for therapy on their patients. Just because a bunch of fucking Tumblr bitches took the thing to like aestheticize and like make little coloring books over. No, my friend. No.
have, you know, that they kind of get into like a
You can tell Vaz is subscribed to True Blue. I am subscribed. I'm subscribed to their channel. And I did have a paid subscription, but then I was broke and I wasn't going to pay $15 to get the whole year. But now that the whole year is like $20 or like there's $20 off the whole year, I might actually get it. I get, you know, we get paid here in a couple days. What day is it? Yeah, we get paid here in a couple days. So like, I might actually get it. I might resubscribe.
space in her mind.
And then come stream it on YouTube so you guys can watch it with me, because I'm not gonna make y'all pay for that shit.
Where they feel younger than they are.
Age regression is a psychological defense mechanism for those looking to escape certain aspects of their life. It can also be a hobby, sexual fetish, or kink.
So when you first started, it was like innocent, right? It was, you thought she was an adult.
No.
And then you didn't stay talking to her on Twitter.
No, she had me move to Instagram.
How long are those conversations?
I might be convinced to do a little bit of yar har fiddle-dee dee, and just maybe uploading some. I'm not gonna say that for legal reasons. That's a joke. I know I have like the first 4 seasons. I think like the first 4 seasons up on a Google Docs, but there's like 12 at this point. So like I don't know if I can keep that up.
For about like.
All right, and what are these conversations?
It was mainly her. I mean, even I had like, you know, doubts about the whole thing, and
sure,
you know, of course, I was, you know, like, I didn't really,
You didn't really what, honey? Spit it out, Bill.
I didn't want to. I didn't think that I would be fine.
Then why did she end up in a hospital? Physically hurt. How did she end up in a hospital physically broke if it wasn't for you?
When did it first talk about you to see her?
I don't remember when specifically. It was just more so like I had money, and I possibly may have made like a little quip like, oh, I could fly out. Like I have money, I work 2 jobs type deal. Which I guess for her, kind of turned into like a huge possibility.
Right. For her?
Opportunity for her. And I didn't. I really didn't think I was gonna.
Yeah, no, you didn't
right.
think.
You were
get
living
into
in
it.
you were living in the fantasy world.
I was living in a weird age regress kinky fantasy.
Okay.
No!
You know, just this fantasy of me pretending to say to myself that this is just a kink thing and that she can't actually be this young.
Right.
I knew it was.
Chat is chat, but showing up is showing up. And guess what, bitch? You showed up. Okay? No. You can't say, oh, I was just lost in No. You were just lost in fantasy if you wouldn't have even shown up to the fucking premises, my guy. But you did, so it wasn't just fantasy. You made that shit reality. Imagine if he went to his financial advisor to see if he could get his crypto money back. He would too.
I was wrong. You know, I'll be upfront with you. I knew it was wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and say to you that it wasn't just me all kinds of messed up in my head.
Right.
I just.
Do you think you need some help?
I genuinely need help. That's
Yeah?
what I need. And I never once did I do this out of an intent to hurt or out of an attempt to break or to make someone suffer or anything like that. And
yes, you did.
you know, because I because it's something I shouldn't have done.
But you did.
Willing to write apology letter and tell her that you didn't mean to hurt her.
Absolutely.
I would be out for blood. I would be out for blood. Hell no, I would be seeing red if my fucking rapist dared to send me a fucking letter apologizing. Bitch, you ruined my life. You stupid fucking idiot. You ruined my fucking life. No, I'm not gonna fucking forgive you. Take this fucking letter and shove it up your fucking urethra, you useless fucking lump of shit. The fuck? You didn't write a letter? Kill yourself.
Alright, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna give you some time to think about what you want to write to her. And I'll come back in and
I know that he's just using it as like a way to like make him fucking incriminate himself on paper, but still, dude, I would fucking shove your bald head so far up this guy's ass, you would be able to see like the light through his fucking esophagus.
check on you just a little bit.
And of course, this edgy fuck would start writing a letter like, oh, Kayla-chan, I'm so sorry I hurt you. As the seasons change and the leaves start to grow weary on the trees, I find myself longing for forgiveness. Long on these nuts, bitch. Go ahead and write it down, dumbass. Welcome back, darling.
But Pejik is not.
What do you think is on his shirt? What do you think is on his shirt? Is it like a waifu or something? Like one of those black and white Ahegao faces? You know what I'm talking about?
quick to put pen to paper.
Oh, he's thinking about it. He's thinking so hard about it.
It looks like Pejik is finally finding the words he wants to say to his victim.
Bitch.
Now it's time for Detective Kennemer to get down to business and gather as many details as possible of the assault. The question, though, is will Pejik tell him the truth?
No.
Where'd you pick her up at?
At a church across from her street.
Okay. And then you went to a hotel. Do you know what hotel that was?
Yeah,
Said,
and
promise
it's
me you won't
forgot the
tell.
name. So it started with a B.
So, remember how I said we gotta go over a couple things that are embarrassing?
Yeah, of course.
Did she perform oral sex on you?
Yes.
Did you perform oral sex on her?
Yes.
Did you try to
Don't
put your
think that's
penis
true.
inside of her?
Yes.
Did you felon?
And because you are such a fucking idiot loser, virgin, who doesn't know fucking shit about any kind of anatomy, let alone of a young child, you're not going to do the things correctly to where you wouldn't rip her open. You dumb fucking bitch. You stupid fucking sniveling virgin bitch.
Her giving me oral sex. How many times did you film that? How many videos of there are of this? Too short.
Detective Kennemer got Pedgick.
So you did this, and then you filmed it. So why are you sitting here telling me that you didn't have any kind of intention? You filmed it. You filmed it. I'm sorry, but I don't usually film things unless I'm going to watch them later, or I'm going to post them later, or I'm going to need them for information later. You don't film things just to film them. When I pick out my phone to film my cat doing something cute, it's because I'm gonna watch it later. If I film my fucking husband putting his dick in my mouth, it's because I'm gonna watch it later. Okay? Fucking lying bitch. Sniveling, worthless fucking bitch.
Pedgick's confession, but the other shoe is about to drop, making this case even bigger than anyone could have anticipated.
Have you met with anyone else that's under
There was
Okay, Peter.
Dude, this guy's so patient.
there were 2 others.
And ding ding ding, there it is. So, I've talked about this a lot, but when I was young and being groomed, I had a lineup of groomers, right? I had a lineup of dudes that if one of them wasn't available to give me the attention I wanted, I would have another one on deck, right? You cannot tell me that this motherfucker doesn't have that same system. You cannot tell me this motherfucker does not have that same system. You cannot tell me that in his phone there is not a fucking 5 or 6 little girls that he has just in case one of them doesn't work out, okay? No. 2 or 3 is the minimum. There's a reason why this motherfucker is out here doing this so confidently. It's because he's gotten away with it before.
Were they here or did you go to
Washington State. Oh, yes, one was in Washington State, and the other one I drove to Oregon.
How old were they?
16 and 14, 15.
You guys had sex up there?
Pedgick has just confessed to having sex with 2 other underage girls. Detective Kennemer is now face to face with an alleged.
That cop's head is shaped like a circumcised penis. Thanks for the addition to that viral effects. Very cool.
Serial child predator.
So other than these 3 people that we talked about, nobody else?
Nobody else.
Do you have anyone else you're
Nobody else
talking
that he's willing
right
to
now
confess.
that is being...
I will admit I do have kind of almost like a network in Twitter on my.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was saying.
Even though there are mentions of me going places, I haven't thought about committing to them at all.
Anything else that we haven't talked about?
Honestly, I'm so my brain is all over the place right now. I'm trying to think. I don't want to not be honest with you. I don't want you to
Stop
run into
trying
any
to prolong
surprises.
the inevitable, sweetie.
I know what I did, and I know it was wrong, and I got caught for it. And
so here's what I want to happen, okay? And I want you to fly back with me, because you're gonna have to come back and talk to them.
Am I specifically going back there to be jailed over there? Is there a whole thing?
Well, you're gonna have to go see the judge right away. Right, and that's what I'll want you to do, and then it'll be up to the judge what'll happen.
Detective Kennemer then asks Pedgick about one particular disturbing piece of evidence.
You did come to Michigan with a Plan B pill. You still have that at your house? All right. In the backpack? Is that?
It's no longer in the backpack. It is. I'm sorry.
Did you make her take it?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I really genuinely hate myself. All
Good,
these
because we
fantasies
all hate you
were
too.
driven by my loneliness,
No, they were not driven by loneliness. They were driven by selfishness, by your inability to disconnect. This is what's wrong. This is horny. You have an inability to place what is right. And regardless of whether or not you know where that thing needs to be placed, if it makes you feel good, you're gonna chase it because you're selfish, because you're worthless, because you are disgusting by nature, and you refuse to make the changes that would make you an actual human being. You are nothing. You are nothing but a disgusting, smelly, steaming pile of shit. Okay? That's it. That's it. No loneliness, no sadness, nothing. You don't get to use that as a fucking excuse. You don't get to do that. I'm so fucking sorry that you're lonely, but maybe if you have enough fucking money to run around paying $50 a pop for fucking birth control pill, not birth control, but Plan B pills, even with that money, nobody fucks with you. Look inside. Look inside. If nobody fucks with you, ask yourself, am I the fucking problem? And then address it, because you're a grown fucking man. That's it.
And its fantasies or whatever. But I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend.
So bitch, you stupid fucking shithole. You dumb fucking drooling hole. A girlfriend isn't going to stop you from being a fucking predator, you stupid, ignorant bitch. You dumb, smooth-brained fucking idiot. Fuck you. Eat an entire bag of shit. Eat an entire bag of shit. Okay? I am so sick and fucking tired of these grown-ass men blaming their predatory, say it again, predatory urges and, actions on loneliness. I'm just so lonely. Why don't people want to be around you? Why don't people want to be around you? Maybe it's because you want to inject your fucking kinks into every single aspect of your fucking life. Like it's a sexuality. Instead of it just being a fucking kink. Bitch. Okay? You surround yourself with little fucking yes men and little children on the internet, and you think that you're doing the right thing because you refuse to look at yourself in the mirror and say, maybe I'm a piece of shit. Maybe I'm the asshole. Maybe I'm the problem. Grown-ass man. A grown-ass man. Pathetic. Remained single for years by choice, and that didn't make me go rape a child. This guy's a compulsive predator. Absolutely. So many people are lonely. So many people have lost everybody. So many people have I kind of understand what it's like to be lonely. I've always loved being alone, but I remember the loneliness and the sadness that I felt when my fiance died, And I can see how desperate I felt to have that connection and to be with him again. But I never once. And it's not because anyone is lonely. You're not a predator because you're lonely. You're a predator because you're a predator. You're a predator because you choose to not look at yourself in the mirror and stop yourself from hurting others. Get your nut. I don't care. Don't hurt anybody else. Okay? If you're into fucking being called daddy and pretending like you're a 68-year-old man and that your bitch is a 13-year-old girl, you can pretend all you fucking want and I can't tell you a goddamn thing about it. But the moment that you turn around and start hurting people, They don't realize that by saying that they resort to this out of desperation would mean they had already had those thoughts without the desperation. Yeah, no, this is fully 100% rapist rhetoric. This is rapist rhetoric. This is along the same fucking lines as, oh my gosh, all these girls are wearing such skimpy like clothes. I just can't help myself. I have to jerk off before I leave the house. Like that's rapist rhetoric. Rapist rhetoric. With another adult, you can do whatever the fuck you want as long as they're consenting. The moment you decide to hurt somebody else for your pleasure, you're out. That's it. Gone. Get the fuck out of here because nobody fucking wants you here. There's a reason why you don't have a fucking girlfriend, bitch, because you probably had a girlfriend before, but she ran for the fucking hills the moment that she saw your true fucking colors. You're not here because you're lonely. You're here because you're selfish. You're here because the only thing that drives you is feeling good. If it doesn't feel good, you won't do it. That's it. That's it. You're not here because you're lonely. You're here because you're a fucking pathetic loser who refuses to grow the fuck up.
See, I was just always lonely, and I gave into the shit.
No!
He also provides the location of a secret digital
The music. The music.
device.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off topic.
I'm worrying for that.
The Plan B pill is in the top drawer. The little plastic drawer from IKEA or something.
Okay.
That is to the left of my desk.
Okay.
That is also where you will find the other phone. That other phone, it is purple. It has my alternative Snapchat, which is how I use to meet.
There gonna be a lot of photos on that one.
There's gonna be some photos and videos from that one. Yeah.
You're gonna have a great time
As
in prison.
Detective Kennemer gets up to leave with all the evidence and information he needs to prosecute Peter Pejic for his crimes against 3 children, Pejic has one more question.
So, like, how is this gonna work, like, between now and when we fly
So
back?
here's what's gonna happen, okay? They're gonna get you in front of a judge as soon as they possibly can. If you say you're gonna fly back and talk to our judge, then it's called waiving extradition, and then hopefully they'll let you fly back with them.
Do I get to call or see anything?
Yeah.
I need to tell people that I'm gonna be gone for a while.
I love it when they fucking get sad and droopy.
While Pejic waits behind bars to go before a Florida judge to be extradited to Michigan, the Hollywood, Florida Police Department SWAT team and officers descend on Pejic's home to execute the search warrant. They find more cellular devices, a Plan B morning after box, and the...
Whoa, what game is this? What game is this fucking? Is it fucking, the Squid Game or whatever the fuck they got? What is this? Does anybody know what this is? Who knows what this is? I don't know what this is. Ah, I need to know what game this is. On top of a fucking Switch game. Could you get more pathetic? I say playing Animal Crossing on my Switch right now and planning on working on my other Animal Crossing island on my other Switch.
the clothes he was wearing during his time in Flint, Michigan. All now part of the evidence against him. While the capture and questioning of Pejic went as smooth as can be, there was still one more issue the ghost detectives had to wait on.
All right, this is our last day down in Florida. Our suspect has got to waive his rights right now. So we're waiting. The court should probably start in about 15 minutes. So it comes down to whether or not he says who he is and that we have that active warrant. If he waives it, then he flies back with us, and we have to get ready to transport a high-risk prisoner in the airplane, in the airport, get him back to Michigan so he can face justice for our victim. Absolutely. Okay, court just got done with.
Absolutely, darling. Absolutely.
Waived his right to a hearing. He's ready for us to pick him up when it's time for us to go to the airport. He'll be flying back to Flint, Michigan, where he'll be transported to the Johnson County Jail and face justice for sexually assaulting our 12-year-old victim.
As the plane's wheels touch down in Detroit, Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson is waiting to take his man into custody.
What had happened is you had
Come
a
get your
22-year-old
dinner,
guy
baby.
from West Palm Beach, Florida, that used Instagram to groom
this little girl who's 12 years old.
Yep.
They groomed her and convinced her to wait for her and wait for him in a parking lot at midnight at a church. We flew from West Palm Beach to Detroit, right here at Metro Airport.
I bet that was the quickest flight of your life.
And picked her up at midnight, took her to a local hotel in Mount Morris Township, and sexually assaulted her.
Thank you, Jimmy Neutron, for actually calling it what it is. Sexual assault. Because if somebody cannot give informed and enthusiastic consent, you're not fucking with consent. I'm sorry. And therefore, that's fucking rape.
Right against the wall, face the wall.
It's sexual assault.
I left her that next day, went back to Florida. That's what started
It looks like Arms, the game. Oh, I've never heard of that.
this investigation. Because of the great work of the Ghost members, and we worked with West Palm Beach, Florida, Hollywood, Florida, Broward County Sheriff's Office, we're able to identify using our tools of investigation. At that point, our investigation showed that not only did he do it in Flint, Michigan, but he also, from then till now, flew to Washington State and assaulted a 16-year-old. And then went from Washington to Oregon and assaulted a 14-year-old. And the 12-year-old was from Flint, Michigan, which is the reason why the Ghost team is here, and this is why we're doing this. And I'm showing you, it doesn't matter where people are, it doesn't matter where they live, if they come into this county of Genesee and they assault, they sexually abuse, they traffic, they do whatever they need to do, whatever they want to do, thinking they're gonna get away with it, we're gonna come find you. And this is why we're here.
That's right, baby. That's right.
So Patrick's gonna come right down from this door.
Come get your dinner, baby.
Swanson. You're in custody by the Genesee County Sheriff's Office. Do you understand that?
He's so little.
And you have a 9-count felony warrant. That's from our jurisdiction. Do you understand that? Where you're in custody, you're going to be transported to the Genesee County Jail for further investigation and further custody. Do you understand that? Do you have any medical concerns or any?
It's like a fighting game where you can change your arms and stuff. It failed in 2017. Huh. Gonna have to look it up and see some gameplay, because I'm running out of games, man. I've played through all my shit. I have like all of like the old with the subscription or whatever, like the old Nintendo games and stuff, and I'm playing through a Zelda game right now, but like I need another game.
The issues that are going on right now.
Car medical money.
Okay, we're going to take you to this police car. We're going to put you in the back. We're going to transport you to Flint, Michigan. Do you understand that?
I do understand.
Let's go.
Oh, God. Bye.
When the digital evidence found at Pedgick's home is brought back to Genesee County for further analysis, what the techs find is alarming and will further build the case against him.
He also videotaped the interaction and was selling the footage. He turned it into a sexual assault porn industry. He had 2,700 videos on his phone.
2,700.
2,700.
And of those, how many were pornographic videos?
All of them.
Potentially evidence of a crime.
Pornographic, the majority, but evidence of a crime. Captain Nelson, who is our forensic downloader, had just under 79 videos of victims under the age of 7.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Fuck, I hope this guy gets passed around like a blunt in jail.
The videos he was making of these rapes of children, he was selling?
Thank you for calling it what it is.
Do we have any idea of the mechanics there? How much money he was making? How he was doing this?
I don't know the answer to that, but it's not uncommon that I don't know the answer to that right now, but this is why we have federal partners that can take that and see who on the back end. But again, you could have somebody from another country, 10,000 miles away, in Australia, and we're not going to be able to charge that person. So this is a global economy when it comes to the underbelly of society. What we do know is it's not.
Fuck, I keep ignoring the chat. Still going through Dragon Quest X. Oh fuck, those older I'm only into Zelda right now because I can easily Google walkthroughs, and I'm sure I can for Dragon Quest as well. But those are so intimidating. The old RPGs are so intimidating. Why they give this man why they give this man theme music, Sephiroth ass behavior. Should be in prison for life. Yeah, typical predator accusing his insecurities on others and then altering his nonsensical reasons to justify his actions. I salute you, True Blue. Victims as young as 7, dude. Under 7. Under 7. He said under 7. 79 of those videos were victims under 7.
Just money people want. They exchange images and think of collectibles. That's what they see these as.
Trading cards.
They will give you an image to get 2 images, and that's how child porn addicts and pedophiles and predators, that's their currency.
Yep.
Also found on Pejic's cell phone.
There's probably a lot of little Vass running around out there, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not a very smart child.
Were text messages between him and the 12-year-old girl. Text messages that can account for his additional whereabouts while in Flint. In an alarming discovery, Pejic allegedly followed the girl to a Walmart where she was shopping with her family. He texted her to meet him in the family bathroom where they would kiss, telling her he doesn't want to get caught. Thankfully, Pejic did get caught. It is in the custody of the Genesee County Sheriff's Office where he can't hurt another child. Child predators who stalk and groom underage children are an epidemic, not only here in the U.S., but around the globe. Sheriff Swanson and the Ghost Team want to put them behind bars, obviously. But another priority is to educate parents and society in general.
What's the lesson of this case? I mean, it's horrifying, I think.
Flint has dirty water, now this doo-doo water. That's what I was saying, man. Leave Flint alone. Get out of there. They're already suffering enough. Fuck. But this is just them two talking at the end of this. And I have to do my wifely duties and go make food for my mans who's about to get off work. So I'm gonna leave it here, and then I'll probably be back tomorrow because he's probably gonna have to go to work tomorrow as well. Doesn't have a schedule yet, but we'll get that figured out. But yeah, that's it from me, you guys. And we can hang out maybe tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, I'm sorry, sweeties. And you know what? Maybe I'll come back later and watch some Cyrex, because he's been up to some shit. But every time I say that, I don't ever do it. So don't believe me, because I'm a liar. Sorry, you guys. But we'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye!